The city lay still tonight, a quieter still than many of the other windy nights of Chicago. The power of the blood is an interesting thing. Vitae, your life essence, it can betray you as quick as it can give you every aspect of the power you hold. The Lysander children learned this all too quickly. All it took was one blood-infused vial of their own vitae for the patriarch of their family, Silas Lysander Sr., to take complete control over them. With one surge of his own power, he can make his children crawl on the floor like dogs. With one surge, he could have complete power over their blood. Val and Dorian, who were in the same room toward the end of the gala, they immediately felt this. They felt the dominion. Willow, some distance away, in her family home, also felt this pull. But Silas Lysander Jr., his blood resisted, once again, resisting the urge from his family to succumb to what his father has tried to get him to do many times before. These things weigh on your mind as you lay into your deep rest for the daytime. And we enter into the next night. The gala was a success. The pomp and circumstance was played out for the night. There were auctions. There was a ceremony to welcome Dorian as the new CEO of his family company. But of course, as you all did your smiles and had your conversations for the rest of the evening, nothing felt the same after what your father did. If there was any semblance of understanding between you and your father, it has quickly dissipated. It's hard to draw the lines between family and your own survival. But you stand here now in the next night with new things learned, new alliances, so many things that you have to focus on. So many things you have to think about that you've learned about your family just in one night. The things that Val told you, the person that your father entered the building with, and much more. As we do enter into a new night, I must ask the same question I ask every night. Please make your rouse check. That includes our mysterious guest behind the curtain. Make a rouse check.
Oh.
And just let me know what...
Success! Finally! It's like the first time this season I've succeeded, so...
I think I've only failed one rouse check.
All right,
really
well, no
lucky.
need to brag.
Yeah, I'm
Listen
taking all of
here.
your good rolls here.
I
apparently.
know! Yay!
So, Lysanders, tell me what your hungers are currently at, so I have a note of it.
It's a 2
I'm at
for
3.
Dorian.
Oh.
Okay, Dorian, what you're at?
2.
Hunger 2. Okay, Silas? And then Willow 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Making a note. Okay. Alrighty. So, the three of you very likely reconvene after the evening you had last night. Your sister, Val, after meeting with her sire, Annabelle has summoned her to the Succubus Club. And she lets you know that she may be gone for the next few nights to attend to things at the club. But the three of you, I assume that the house, your family home, which is, for all intents and purposes, that area is your haven, but you likely don't feel always safe there, because at any moment your father could be there. So instead, I'd say you reconvene perhaps at Dorian's house. Dorian's home right now has actually been empty. His wife and kids have left the city to visit for Adeline. She is staying with her family in Naperville, which is outside of the city. And so it's an empty home. But Dorian invites you both in, and the three of you reconvene for the evening. And actually, you guys don't know. You guys don't know about his wife.
Oof. It's a little empty in here, don't you think? Honestly, it looks like no one lives here.
It's a little.
Do you
bit
need
of a mess.
help?
Adeline's just staying with her family for a little bit, and just while.
All the, half the furniture is gone, Dorian.
Well, she
The
took
good
her
furniture.
things to be comfortable with the kids. It's fine.
Mhm.
It makes sense. She's probably safer there right now. Right? Than here.
Interesting.
Anyway,
Oh, no, he
no,
does not.
really.
Ooh. Okay, we can totally ignore that. We can... Yeah.
Oh, I've been muted
did.
this entire time. Shit.
Oh, no!
Oh.
Silas,
Oh,
too.
No one mentioned it in chat. My bad.
Oh no.
Thanks, Mantis.
Sorry.
Yes, thank you, Mantis.
Thank you, Mantis. Silas was being polite and asking
He was-
about his feelings.
Yeah,
Yes.
he said
He would
you
not be
asked,
silenced.
and I Dorian.
I asked
will
Dorian about
respond
if he
to
wanted
it.
to talk about it, and ultimately, yeah. Well, don't say I never
You don't have
ask.
to.
Yeah. So
So is this the part where I
So,
tell you
Dad?
what happened?
Well,
Oh,
I think we also have to
Dad.
tell you what happened.
What do you mean? Did it not go well? Did it go bad?
I would equate this to pretty bad.
Okay, maybe you should go first then.
Dorian, do you want to do the honors, or shall I do it?
How'd the night go once I left?
It happened after you left, so.
well, I hope you got something good.
Certainly not everything we want, but something good. So get on with your bad news first.
Well, I don't know what it is that Dad took. Some sort of blood magic, I'm sure. Silas can explain it in more detail.
Uh-huh.
But it seems to have us under his control in a more direct means.
Under his control?
He made Dorian and Val kneel. This wasn't some absolute dominate power that he had. No, he had help. I don't know how he did it, whether he stored his own blood somewhere, but I mean, did you not feel anything?
I mean, I certainly felt something strange while I was snooping around, but I kind of just chalked it up to the fact that I was snooping around. So that's what that was. Good
We
to
should
know.
assume it affects you too.
Unless you are
I would
adopted like
assume.
we've always thought.
Please. Oh,
Yeah, I don't think you're getting out of it that easily.
So, how's it work again?
I don't know exactly how it works, but it's some sort of mixture of dominate and blood sorcery. I was able,
like we were.
yes, I was able to overcome it with my knowledge of how that stuff works, but
So you could
Al
teach
and
us.
no.
What?
It's
Now
not
that
something
it's
that can be
happened.
taught.
It's just Dad controlling us again. You know,
Yeah, but-
it's not really that different, is it? It's just
What?
the old bastard forcing us to do what he wants us to do.
I feel like that feels different.
Does it?
If he physically can make it happen, yes. It's one thing for him to say shit to us and to be able to just blow him off. But if we literally can't do that,
It
and
just
if all
means
he
we
did
have to
was
be more careful. But it doesn't change anything else, does it? We were always supposed to do what he said. All the cards are on the table now, aren't they?
and there's no undoing this. At all.
He had multiple vials, right, Storyteller? Or
He
was
did.
each vial for each child? I'm not sure.
He had a vial for each child.
Okay. And child in the terms of actual child, not vampire terminology child. I mean, I guess
Correct.
It could work either way.
For each of the Lysander children.
We didn't see any extras more than the amount of children that we currently assume to be alive.
You saw 5 vials. You do have a 5th sibling.
I don't
Okay.
like this anymore. I don't like this anymore.
Just making sure.
I don't like this anymore. Okay, so
Fuck.
is this something that if he doesn't have these, then it doesn't work?
Well, I think he drank them, right?
He shattered them,
Or he shattered them.
I believe, right?
He did use the blood as part of whatever ritual he was doing in the room.
He used
so yes,
all
he
5
did.
vials.
No, he just used 4.
He's saving our
Allen's.
Allen's.
I don't like that.
I
don't like that. I really don't like that. Oh, I don't like that. Oh. Okay. So this is unavoidable. Nothing can be done then. So we're just fucked. We're just absolutely fucked.
I mean, if you didn't feel it, and look,
I didn't kneel.
correct. Did you feel a force to make you kneel?
Storyteller, I don't know. I didn't roll for that when it happened.
You didn't roll for it,
I did not.
but you did feel. You did feel something.
I did feel something, but I didn't kneel.
Okay, well that's good to go off of. So there's a distance involved.
Oh.
Okay, that would make sense.
Okay, good to know.
You know, it was always really going to come to something like this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not crazy. Do you ever think about Mom?
All the time.
Every day.
Why?
Because I think about her a lot.
Yeah.
And I think about what she said to me. And I told you, Silas, that night. She wanted to protect us from Dad. That was her one goal. That was all she cared about. She was terrified of him.
For good reason.
And that shouldn't surprise any of us. He's been a terrifying man our whole lives.
Look, I agree she was trying to protect us. And I don't want to get in some sort of debate between what was right and what was wrong. That's not what we're here to talk about. But I will acknowledge that, yes, all she was trying to do was protect us. Albeit a potentially wrong way that could have gotten us all killed.
Maybe. But it does seem like she was right about Dad. I mean, last night proves that,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
I don't think that would have happened to us if she'd been around.
Oh yeah, he has a new girlfriend.
A new... Oh!
I forgot that part.
Right.
Great!
A Lysander.
Interesting. I mean,
And
not
she
to judge.
They're definitely involved in some kind of plan.
Wonder for how long they've been.
Look, I don't know if it's an actual girlfriend. I just used the term. But it's something to be aware of.
Dad had those vials ready. Right, Silas? I mean, you know blood magic. You've studied at the Chantry. That takes time. He didn't
Yeah,
he
is it
didn't
hard
pull
to
that
do?
out of nowhere, didn't he?
I don't think Father has the ability to do it on his own. No, I think somebody helped him within the Tremere, which I intend to find out why. I have a meeting in a couple days or later tonight, whenever it is.
Good. Good. Okay. Anything else? Can it get any worse? I think you've told me the worst of it.
I mean, you did leave Adder by himself at the gala.
Did he do
We
good?
should.
I mean,
How'd he do?
he's a well-trained dog. He'll be fine.
Oh, be nice. He's more of a
Damn.
reptile.
Ah, okay.
He served his purpose.
Good.
Look, the way I see it, Dad's been planning against us. He's been plotting against us for I don't know how long. He had those vials ready. That wasn't on a whim. I mean, and if we are anything, we are his kids, aren't we? So it'd be pretty stupid of us to not have a plan for him. I think.
I agree.
Now you're speaking my language.
Well, what do we want to do about it? I guess how extreme do we want to go? And would you like to figure this out before or after I tell you what I found?
I think you should fill us in next.
It may
Yes.
change what you want to do. So I did some snooping. I didn't get a lot of time to do it. Because there were people everywhere in the house, which I guess was always the case, but like I never really realized it until I realized I need to not be seen. I went to the armory though, that Uncle Jacques showed us that one time that's hidden. I figured that would be a good place to start.
Smart.
And, there's a lot of old books on ancient Greece and Rome in that library. You ever noticed?
I think Uncle Jacques thought about the Roman Empire a lot.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't that what Alan was studying?
That was what he was studying, yes.
Stop it. He totally was. Well, probably because, well, okay. Interpret this as you will. I haven't had time to really think on this, but there was this big old book, dusty as hell. I couldn't read any of it. It's all in Greek.
But you took it.
Did I take it?
You didn't take it.
No, I didn't take it.
Oh no.
Did I take it?
I was waiting for you to. I was waiting
That's
for
a
you to
real
say
Willow
you would
question,
take the
truly.
book, and I was
you,
like, take the book. She didn't take the book.
I will say I did not take the book because I was scared Dad would find out that I took the book.
Which is valid.
But
Which is
Willow,
valid.
Well, honestly-
you took pictures of it, right, on your phone that you carry anyway, even though you're not supposed to, right? Please tell me.
I don't have a
took
phone.
pictures.
It got.
All right, not this fucking game again. We know you still carry a phone.
I don't have a phone. My sire took it from me.
Oh, at least you listened to someone.
Well, they crushed it, but I didn't really have a choice. So no, I didn't have a phone. I didn't take the book because I figured Uncle Jacques would find out that I'd been in there, but I could get back in. The important part, right, the important part. I couldn't read the book, but I figured I could see through the book, if you know what I mean. You know?
And if you don't read Greek or Latin or whatever the language the book was written in, are you just gonna mouth the words that you see?
No, I had a vision. And in it, there was this man in like, I don't know, he looked like he was in this like spirit Halloween looking Roman soldier costume. But I guess it wasn't a costume. I guess it was actually just, the stuff they used to wear back then. Because like, there were these like, oh my gosh, the Parthenon in Tennessee? The recreation in Tennessee? Have you ever been there?
No, I wouldn't step foot in Tennessee.
Oh,
No.
well, there's...
Have you been there?
Yeah, there's a lot of old art in there.
I'll get to the point. Okay, what?
Anyway, so obviously that's not the real one because the real one is in Athens.
Okay.
But the columns, the Grecian columns, he was surrounded by those, and he was surrounded by a bunch of bodies and flames, and it looked like he had killed all of them.
So you saw a vision of a soldier
Yeah.
in ancient Greece.
Yeah.
Anything else we can go off of? If I got you a piece of paper, could you like write down some of the words that you saw in this book?
Yes, that would be.
I definitely saw her name, didn't I? That was the only thing that I could read. Right?
You saw the name Lysander.
The only thing I could read, because I know this sounds a little wild, and like maybe I just stumbled upon a Greek history book, but hear me out. There was someone named Lysander. Like that was the only thing I could read in the book.
Okay. Silas, does the chantry have some sort of means of maybe extracting memory? Maybe we can draw this image up for her, and she can draw what she sees, and we can get it translated. I mean, I don't know. Is this kind of
tapping into memories?
magic shit can you do?
Magic shit.
I mean, it would if I don't know anything. I don't know of anything that can do that, but that doesn't mean I can't. I can do anything when I put my mind to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it will take time. The most precious resource we don't have.
Ironically.
Right?
Okay.
So
then how does that-
there's got to be a connection, though, right? Why would they keep old books with the name Lysander in it unless it is like us, Lysander?
I mean, it's a surname.
And we're a family line that has been curated for how long?
That's a good point.
Dad sent Val all over the world to do tasks for him, to help further his plans. I mean, we have to assume the same thing was going on with Alan, right?
Maybe he's not dead.
I mean, I didn't want to be the one to outright say it, but we all saw we saw the extra vials, right? I mean, this is all open storyteller, right? This is all open knowledge,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
He did have 5, yes.
He had 5 vials.
But we don't know if it was for Alan. What if it was for Jacques?
You think he would do that to Jacques?
I mean, Jacques' been a huge help to us the past couple of months. Probably much to Father's dismay.
And I'm sure it's no coincidence that he disappears as soon as that all happens, right?
Right.
Right.
Okay. You're right. I mean,
It could be
Alan's
either of them.
probably... I mean, Mom would have known, right?
But why would she? When has he
He's
ever
not-
treated her with any kind of
I mean, is he that...
respect?
I mean, shit, he really is that kind of monster, isn't he?
I mean, he lost to you, Dorian. You think he was going to take that lightly? You have to expect that he has aces up his sleeve at every turn.
Val said he was. Val told us that about the thing, the fella.
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to separate
Yes.
the knowledge. Okay. I'm just saying. They have some super old dude, and there are books about old Grecian dudes.
I get it. We need to know what's in that book. I agree.
Do you want me to go get it?
You're just gonna go grab it?
I mean, we live there. Why can't we just walk around our own house?
Yeah, why can't we walk around our own
put
house?
together a whole distraction in order to look for this last time, and now we're just gonna waltz in.
Wait, when?
Well, we can do it secret again.
Hold on, hold on.
I mean, the whole last
Shh, shh,
episode, the
guys,
whole point of the party was to get...
What?
I'm so stupid.
What? What? Stressing me out. What?
My sire gave me a history of the Lysander family book, and I thought it was just a friendly, fun gesture, and I've never even cracked it.
Bro, open it!
It's
You've never even read it?
no. Why?
Where's it at?
It's at the house.
Let's go to that house! What are we doing here?
I honestly thought it was a friendly, fun gesture, like, oh, here's your family. Open it up, and it's just pictures of us 3. That's honestly what I thought it was gonna be, but
Old dude that they've been hiding, bunch of books on Grecian Roman shit, and we have a Lysander family history book. These are
Okay.
threads. You
It's a-
see them?
it's a start. It's a start.
Okay.
So we need to read this book,
I can read the book.
and we need to find this other book. I guess walk in and just grab it.
Well, I had Machiavelli do a little distraction, and then I ran it. So we could do that again.
Or we can just walk around our house because we own it.
Yeah, you're right. We can.
That's true.
Unless we don't... Well,
As long as Dad's not there.
yeah, I'd say as long as he's not there, we can.
And to get into this room, is there a code? Did you have to... I don't
No.
know. You just
Just
walked in.
Just walked in.
Hmm.
It's just the armory.
You usually keep an armory locked.
Well, it wasn't locked when I went. And there was no locking mechanism that I saw.
Interesting.
But I
Okay.
did do it to where no one could see, so I should be good. At the very least, the first time, I don't think anyone knew I was in there. I checked.
Okay, so we have 2 books. I have a meeting at the Chantry. Willow,
Okay.
what are you going to be doing?
I don't know. Is there something I should be doing?
You know what? I think that maybe we should go and get some additional help. If, Silas, if you're going to decipher these books, is there someone at the Chantry that you trust that can translate, or can you translate? Should we find somebody to do this?
I can
Who can read these books?
potentially... I can translate it. And
You
no,
can
there at this
translate?
moment, there's no one I trust at the Chantry.
Okay, well, good.
Good.
Then maybe Willow and I should go and get some help.
Okay.
Because I don't know who to trust at all in the Camarilla.
Who do you have in mind?
Are you thinking
I
who
feel
I'm
like-
thinking?
I feel like I was... yes, I am absolutely
Yay!
thinking what you're thinking.
Okay.
I mean, it just makes sense, Silas.
No,
They
don't
have no
tell him.
ties to the Camarilla, nothing strong enough to matter.
You don't have to go. Come on.
I'll be
It's
busy.
just me.
And
I'm-
Adder likes Willow. It makes sense. He might actually help us.
Can we take the helicopter?
Oh, fucking A. I'm going to hold my tongue because she is here. I don't want to speak ill about anyone else.
Okay.
Thank you.
Willow, you actually notice that Machiavelli slipped out of your papoose or out of your bag.
He's out of my papoose. My purse.
Papoose?
You know, sometimes I
Yes.
just have a sling.
A papoose, a little thing that you carry. This isn't D&D. I'm used to saying
A bag of holding.
yeah. Roll me just a quick wits and awareness.
Dude, I already don't like this. I'm scared. My baby. Wits and awareness. Or roll. 3 successes.
3 successes. You do kind of see a little trail of like crumbs left on fur by Machiavelli, and
He's so nasty.
you you follow it, and it leads you like right outside. You leave Dorian's house and you step to the left, and you see he has like Dorian has very nicely decorated like gardens and shrubberies and things like that. And you look behind like this very nice decorated bush. You see Machiavelli,
What's he doing?
and next to him you see a snake.
Oh, is it a
You-
snake I recognize?
You see Monty.
What? Oh my god, she probably like ran off mid-conversation as that was happening. And
Yes.
finds little Monty and Machiavelli. Oh my god. Are you guys having a rendezvous? A secret rendezvous?
And you see Machiavelli look to you and then look to Monty.
Does Monty look okay?
Monty looks okay.
He looks okay?
Yes.
Okay. I'll put my arm out so he can come up so he's not cold.
Monty.
Oh, I'm cold. Doesn't matter.
You are cold-blooded. Monty
Come here,
slithers onto your wrist, and as he does,
What's wrong, child?
you feel a message in your mind.
Oh my god. Oh. Okay.
And it's Adder. It's Adder's voice. Very ASMR-ly, whispering in your ear.
Oh, I see leaving you. Oh my god.
To meet. He basically it's a message from Adder saying he wants to catch up. You're welcome to bring your family. It could be more of a business catch up. And he says it can be, we can keep it in the city. You don't have to come outside. And he gives it the location of a cocktail bar.
That's fancier than he normally goes for. Interesting.
Yes.
Sweet.
To try to make it more comfortable for you and your family.
What a
Underground Cocktail Club.
Okay. She kind of looks at Monty. Are you good? Do you want to just come with me?
Would Monty stay with you?
How did Monty get to Naperville?
Look, you guys aren't in Naperville. You're in the city.
Oh, that's
Dude,
right.
Monty
His wife is in
That's
Naperville.
Right.
Going.
My bad.
But still, regardless, it's a fast little slither.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, aren't the Anarchs outside of the city, so that it would have slithered
Dude, Monty's
all the way
quick.
through the city?
Well, Adder did come in the night before for this gala,
Oh, he might-
so
he might already be in the
he
city.
might be staying in the city. But still,
Yeah.
regardless, he still probably slithered quite a bit to get here.
Dude,
So
Monty worked for this. Okay.
so he probably would stay with you.
Okay.
Pigeon
I'll
carried him.
Yeah.
I'll let I'll let Monty go wherever he wants to go and bring Machiavelli back into the purse. And
And
then
you guys head in and you see a snake. Or did you have Monty
I have
on
Monty.
you?
On
Yeah.
me, yeah. Wherever
you
Monty
see-
wanted to go, they could go.
You see a snake mounted to your sister.
Keep it outside, Willow.
It's it's just Monty.
Who the
It's his snake. He said he wants to meet for a catch up at a but he said you guys could come. So it might be like a business thing.
Why didn't he just come in if his snake is here?
Well, maybe he couldn't. I don't know.
Okay. Look, I got
Look.
shit. I got shit to do. You can go.
Fine.
You can go meet with him.
Okay. Dorian, are you gonna go?
I think.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, let's go.
Dorian, correct me if I'm wrong, but I assume business is better handled without someone scowling in the corner.
Usually, but
Okay.
you
Well,
know,
there's the answer.
Dad
then.
handles business that way, so maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I mean, it's worked for him so far.
That's fair. But anyway, you two take care of it. Please, no more guns. Last thing I need is to see like an Apache helicopter flying over the loop or some stupid shit.
No more
I
guns. Dorian's like,
mean-
this gun? He flashes his pistol at
No,
you.
not
my
not
God.
not your little
Yeah.
38, Dorian. No more like guns for the Anarchs.
Oh yeah, I definitely didn't buy them flimsy little things like that.
No.
No offense, your gun is cool, Dorian. I think it's cool.
And
It's fine.
and
Silas
one
is right though. We should know. Well,
They don't
Well, it
need any
depends.
more. I bought so many.
yeah, and
that depends, Silas. I mean, what are we? We're going here to ask them for some real help, right?
you guys are going there to ask for help.
All right, fine.
Fine.
You're right. You're leaving this in our hands then.
In our very capable hands.
Is that what you're telling me?
I hold out my hands, one with the snake, one with the rat. It's- My very capable hands.
Look, if we don't want to give them any more guns, if you really want to stick to that, fine. But I want their help.
Help
they're gonna ask for
help with what?
something-
Help with what specifically? You seem to have some idea in mind.
I don't know.
I mean,
Guess
do you
we'll
want me
find
to
out.
do you want me to outright say it? I mean,
Yeah, I'd like to be all on the same page.
okay.
To
We have to be able to kill Dad,
you. Okay.
right?
Right.
Murder.
We have to be able to handle him in some way. All right?
Correct.
Now, the family tradition has been to stake our enemies, put them in torpor, and put them at the bottom of the fucking harbor. So maybe that's our plan.
Yeah.
Or maybe we just shove him out into the sun and just be done with him.
That might be nice.
I don't know, but we're gonna need help. I don't think we can do this on our own, right?
Oh, definitely not.
I have a question.
Especially if he can make us all kneel.
Would
Yes.
that harbor stuff be well known? Like, would we know that what that was?
Oh
Did
yeah,
you
you know what? I
guys-
might have let that slip. to
Yeah,
everybody. I don't
yeah.
think anybody knew that.
Um,
You know what?
that-
Yeah, Dorian let that. That's the first time you've heard that. I wouldn't have said that to you.
Yeah,
before
I'm
this.
just trying to remember if that was revealed at the end of the first 3 episodes when your mother got caught. I think Jacques knew, and he called her out in front of the family.
Okay.
So this may be something you know. I'd have
Okay.
to go back and check. But that might be something
Yeah,
you know.
When
I
Jacques
feel like
confronted her.
it's been brought up before, but I also just wanted to double check that, like, damn, Dorian, that was really specific, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Dad and Jacques definitely knew because that was like the
Definitely.
Yeah.
family,
Yes.
Yeah.
like
Yes.
enemy
Yep.
torpor.
Yeah, and I'm
chamber.
pretty sure he called it out at your family dinner, so I think
When
you
he
all know.
killed her,
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay. Cool. So
But we're all on page with that, right? We're gonna.
We need to have means of dealing with him. Let's not
Okay.
put out a hit on him right now.
sure, but all I'm saying is, I don't think the Anarchs are gonna want to do that for a smile and a handshake, right?
You never know.
All right. Well, I'll try that first, and if
Yeah.
that doesn't work, we'll move on to other negotiating tactics.
Sounds good
Does
to
that
me.
sound okay?
Yes.
Okay,
You ready to go, Willow?
I'm so ready. Are we taking the helicopter?
Does that make sense?
It's in the city. He asked
find a
me,
place
so
for the
probably,
helicopter?
I would say the
Third
limo.
helipad? Damn it.
And Silas, you are going to the Chantry, essentially, or are you just going to do your thing? Okay.
Yep.
Noted. All right. So Silas heads off in one direction, and the two of you head in the limo. And make your way to this this cocktail lounge downtown. Technically, where it is Camarilla territory. So not that it's unsafe for Adder to be there, but he probably won't be staying there more than a night. And you're heading in the limo on your way to this lounge.
Mhm.
You make your way in and you head outside. There's a bit of a line to get in this underground cocktail club. The lights outside are like a nice luminescent neon. It looks not as upscale as some places that you go to, but it's certainly not a dive bar.
Okay.
But we're definitely not waiting in line, and
We
Dorian
don't see
just-
him in line either. Like I
You
assume
don't
he's already
see him in line, but you do see coming down the street on a bike, a
in.
motorcycle.
He's not even there yet. Oh, we're even there. I hear it. I know the tune of the exact motor. You know.
On a on a Ducati motorcycle you see coming down the street in glorious fashion, in stylish fashion. You see a familiar face. You see Adder.
Yay! I hold Monty up just as he's pulling up. Look, it's your papa. There he is.
Adder, you, the night before this, you did see Willow, and you spent brief time with her as she had a mission. She didn't delve too much into the details of what she was doing, but she disappeared the second half of the night at this gala, leaving you to fend for yourself. So you didn't get too much time to catch up the night prior, but tonight you see her, and you see her with her brother, Dorian, and you make your way off of your bike, and all of you meet outside right in time.
She will run up to him, obviously. She does this every time they see each other. She's very excited. And she gives him a hug. A little kiss on her cheek.
Yeah, he kind of picks her up and then like chucks himself off of the motorbike and takes off his helmet, swooshes his hair and all that.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Even as a kindred in Undeath, he wears a helmet. As part of the masquerade to maintain it, because he technically might not need a helmet, but everybody should wear a helmet when they ride their bikes.
Very important PSA.
Helmet safety, everybody. Even
Please.
Adder, a vampire, wears a helmet.
Even Adder is not too cool for a helmet. Okay.
Yes.
It's important. And
the
kind of.
helmet has flames.
Oh, of course. Well, it doesn't have the pattern down the back of Monty.
That's exactly what it has.
I got
Very
you.
nice. Very nice.
And kind of as her arm comes off of you, I'm sure Monty will come up onto your shoulders as he does.
Yeah, I position him nicely, and I say, hey, been too long.
Yeah, last night.
Too long.
Wait! Oh, I get it. You were doing a cute thing. Damn it.
Yeah.
No, it was cute. No, it was. It was super cute. You didn't have
Okay,
to send Monty so far. You could have just come. Oh,
It wasn't too
Was it
far, though.
okay.
But
Well, he deserves
I-
a little treat, probably.
exactly.
Yeah, we should give him a little snack.
Do you reckon cocktail olives work?
I think he can have that. It won't hurt him.
It's not really a
Right?
vegetarian, but
Well, maybe not in front of cover Machiavelli's eye. Maybe something else. Maybe like a mouse. Not a rat.
I whisper to Monty and like put him on the floor, and he slithers off into.
Go find a snack.
He's gonna go hunt a rat.
What a great treat. You can go hunt. Go find your treat.
Go find a snack. Okay.
Dorian, you see this from the side as like third wheeling, and maybe it's your first time seeing your sister like this close with Adder, and it's
Yeah.
interesting.
I am just, waiting for them to
Notice.
get on with it.
All right, you said
he's-
your
he's not-
hellos.
He's not giving him any attention.
Yeah, I'm not ignoring you, but I'm not like, I'm kind of like awkwardly looking away, just like, oh, you're still
Okay.
spinning her around in circles and
You're still being
making eyes at each
cutesy?
other. Okay.
All right.
All right, hold on. We'll
Okay.
wait.
So you said Dorian could come. So I assume this isn't like a date. What you have in mind?
Well, let's go inside, and we can hang out.
Dorian, we're gonna hang out.
Hey, Dorian.
Always good to me. Hey, Adder. And he's gonna extend his hand for a shake.
Adder will take a beat and then just kind of grab his hand.
Okay.
Oh my god, the bro hand thing.
Yeah, like a slap.
Roll
Oh,
a
nice.
strength, but no, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Let's see who's a tighter grip here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm
To
just
see,
kidding.
yeah, right.
While they're doing this, I've already went up to the front of the line, just like, hey, can we get in?
And it doesn't take much. I won't even have you roll for it. They let you, the three of you, in, and give you access to a booth that's a bit more secluded and private. The vibes of this lounge is very. It is pretty nice, actually. There's again like a mood lighting of like purples and pinks of the interior. There's nice couches, and you see everybody has like very custom made cocktails. So it's not just like an open bar. They have like a very specific menu, and certain drinks that they make, and it's rather nice. But they seat you at a nice secluded area and ask if you have any drink orders. If any of you do want to order drinks, you are welcome
Bloody
to.
Mary.
A Bloody Mary. Okay. She takes that one order.
Dirty martini.
Dirty martini. Anything for you, sir?
No, I'm good.
We're not gonna buy everybody a drink like last time?
Are we gonna actually party? Or are we
I don't
gonna
know,
do
we
business?
could!
Got all evening.
Why shouldn't we? Oh, well, we can talk first,
You know what?
and then we can do
Yeah,
that.
we'll talk first. You know what?
And
Go
then we
ahead
can
and
do that.
order me a martini as well.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Good choice.
And they do go prepare your drinks. And it is a mostly kind bar. So you don't notice many other kindred here. They bring you back your mixed drinks. If you did want to drink it, you would have to, of course, Blush of Life. Or you could just keep it for the pleasantries of having a drink in front of you. You don't necessarily have to partake, but if you choose to, you can Blush of Life.
I will not
I'm
drink
just
mine
holding it
yet,
for now. Yeah.
but I will take my olive off, and I will give it to Machiavelli as a treat.
Machiavelli grabs it with his little paws and goes back in your purse.
Perfect. He's eating a snack. This is actually a really cute place. I didn't think you would pick a place like this.
Well,
Not that you
gotta
don't
know the
pick good
city.
ones, but this is nice.
No, you're right. It's not my style. It's not.
I
But-
know, you're trying something new. That's so good. I promise next time we can go somewhere that's more your vibe.
Where do you normally go on your dates?
She just smiles. She didn't say anything.
Okay.
Wherever.
Got it.
You know,
All over.
not places like this. Which is
Say no more.
totally
Say no more.
fine.
I'm sorry I asked. We'll just leave that alone.
It's okay. But why did you pick this place?
Because I wanted somewhere where we could do the VIP thing, we could all be comfortable, and we could talk about all of the fun things that are going on all around the city.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, we're starting with business. Dorian, get
I'm-
ready.
I don't have a lot of business. I was hoping to kind of catch up on what you were hoping to do, because I'm kind of waiting. I'm waiting for Anita to give the order. I'm trying not to get caught by the Camarilla, hence Monty.
Oh, that's why.
The order for what exactly?
Well, the werewolves. You know they've been busy recently, right?
No.
I don't know what it is, but activity all over the place.
And you haven't been involved in it, right? Like I said.
I've kept my distance. I have kept my promise.
Okay.
And I've kept arms because
Okay.
I believe you. The last thing that I want to do is ignore a vision of the future where I die.
Same. I don't do it to be a controlling person. I do it because I don't want you to die.
And I appreciate that. No,
Yeah.
I do. I believe.
But they're
So is
moving
that-
around a lot?
Yeah. I don't know why. That's the tricky thing. And
Like-
why is tough for a werewolf.
Like you guys have been spotting them more often, or
Adder, I would say, so you guys, the Anarchs had that one park area up by Wrigley Field, and that was like the last area you were really scouting and spotting lupine, and you haven't seen them in that area for like a couple of weeks now. But you do know, and you've heard that there's been activity in other areas. The last you heard, but you weren't part of it. You didn't see what happened. But Lower Whacker was somewhere where they were, and so you've been like trying to track them, but yeah, you just know their activity has not been in their usual spot that you've been following.
So
So
so where do the Anarchs stand then as far as these wolves go, or with the Camarilla? I know you've been friendly with them.
well, Anita still has beef. I'm not super fond of them myself right now. So any excuse we get, we're probably gonna go to war with them.
Okay.
We'll see.
oh, that's pretty serious.
I mean,
It feels like our kind and their kind are gearing up for this regardless, doesn't it?
well, when you have a lot of weapons, people start to get itchy to use them.
I mean-
And to, excise bad blood.
I mean, is this that surprising? Our every interaction with these wolves has been on a hair's edge of violence.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just came to say, because of that, maybe be a bit more careful. I wouldn't want
Right.
anything happening to the Lysanders.
Well, that sounds like something somebody would say if they knew that something might be about to happen to the Lysanders. Do you know anything specific? Is that why you've brought us out here?
No, I'm just assuming that you're all doing dumb shit.
Okay.
Not dumb shit, but certainly not smart shit. Somewhere in between.
Yeah? What's so smart that you've done?
I really don't want to.
Dorian should say, not me.
I don't want to argue about this. To be quite honest, I'm not going to pretend that we've been perfect or that we haven't made mistakes. To be honest, we weren't given the best starting hand in a lot of ways with our father. But I think that there's a lot that we align on, Adder. At least you and me, more specifically the Anarchs and our family. Our real family, not our father. And I think that maybe we could help each other in a better way going forward. Does that sound like something that Anita would want to do?
Well, Anita would want to strike a deal. And Anita would want to know what kind of help you want.
Just giving Dorian eyes like, what are we allowed to say? What am I allowed to say? Her, ready to spill everything. I'm gonna tell him everything. Her, maybe I shouldn't tell him everything. But wait, I should.
I think that there are a lot of changes happening within the Camarilla, within
Bad
our-
ones.
within our family as well. And I don't trust everybody in my family. Very specifically my dad. I'm just going to go ahead and pull that Band-Aid off.
Okay.
I'm sure you know about my father. I'm sure Anita does as well. And I'm sure that with your dealing with these wolves, you know that the Camarilla has their hands in all sorts of business that aren't necessarily looking out for everyone's best interest.
Well, I knew that already.
So I'm hoping that maybe we can have some partnership, something that runs deeper than political alliances. Something
Yeah.
more along the lines of family. You know, along those shared values that we have.
Bro, what are you suggesting?
I'm not saying you throw away your politics. I'm not saying that we're going to run away from the Camarilla. I'm just saying that as long as it doesn't hurt either of us, as long as it's mutually beneficial to help each other, we do that.
Intriguing.
Dorian, are you suggesting being actual friends? Because that's what it sounds like you just said.
I'm suggesting we start there and we just see how that goes.
Won't that make the prince just hate us more?
I'm not suggesting we make this a public affair.
That reminds me.
Oh.
And Ada gets a phone out of his pocket.
Oh, honey, you're the best! The prince took my old one.
I heard. I'm sorry.
I know. Thank you! I supply him with bike and gun, and he supplied me with phone. Yes. This is good. I slide it in.
This
my
is a really
purse.
mismatched.
But this
barter
is all.
system.
Look, this is the best. This is all I want is phone.
That Camarilla contraband.
I want that contraband. The shit that all the kids want.
Yeah.
For me.
Let me know if they ban anything else. I'll find that for you too.
Ooh.
You could get a burner phone from a mall kiosk, but okay.
This one's better. No
Yeah.
one
Oh, is
wants to
it?
be found as little as drug dealers, you know? So we got a
Okay.
special hookup.
Okay.
Look.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, but my point was I don't think the prince is happy.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. But then he but then he actually did something about it, and it
Oh,
was pretty
shit.
scary.
Is that the hound?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, was it Santos?
yeah.
Yeah, she's a pussycat. Deal
It's
with
my
Santos
sire.
any day.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, I guess I never told you that.
Well, I don't know. Is she important to you?
No, they're not.
Then I only need to know the important stuff.
Okay.
Oh, but my point is we yeah, they said if I mess up again that they would kill me. So
Should
the
I take
prince
that
must-
phone back?
Well, that wasn't the mess up I made. The mess up was that I used my powers on the prince.
She used, yeah.
Oh,
powers on
that
friends.
is amazing. You didn't tell me that the other night.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
Mwah. Amazing.
Yeah, I used my premonition ability on him when I reported in, and you'll never believe what I saw.
Ooh.
Do you want to know?
Do-
Always.
Maybe we should keep some lines drawn between us for now. A little bit?
But he's my boyfriend.
All right. You know what? I guess I've already.
What's he gonna do with it?
I've already pulled the ripcord on this.
Unless he's some sleeper agent that's been sent to
Go
make me
ahead.
fall in love with him.
Go ahead, just
by...
tell him.
Sorry.
I'm using my powers on you.
They're working! It's too late!
I have no moral standing
Okay.
on this one.
Okay, good. So, look, you need to consider, Dorian. Do you keep secrets from your wife? Don't answer that. Actually, don't answer that. I don't
The
want to
masquerade.
model. I don't want to model you as my relationship. I don't. Never mind. Don't answer that.
Look, I already said just tell him. It's
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Here's what I saw. I touch his hand, and I saw him speak. The prince speak, and she lowers her voice. Wait, can I sense the unseen?
Yes, actually.
Hold up. I'm gonna be
Someone
so.
should have done this ages ago.
I'm doing it now. It's the thought that counts. Okay. It's time. Wits and aspects. Let's go. A roll. Oh my god. How did I roll 0 successes? I'd like to use some willpower.
I was gonna say you could willpower.
Yeah, I'm gonna use 3. I'm gonna re-roll 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 success. Oof.
You do not.
I'm good at that.
You do not spot anything beyond the veil or obfuscated within your immediate area. At least, around the booth, around the club. This area that you're in, this territory, I would have to look at a map at what territory you're in. But this area in general is not super kindred populated. So, there's at least that level of security and safety. But, yeah, you don't see anything.
Okay. I'm gonna lean in and do a little whisper, little whisper, or lean in and just. Okay. So Prince Jackson was in a room with a shadowy figure that I couldn't see, and he said very menacingly, "The Lysanders will get what they deserve."
Oh, damn.
I know. And then she'll pull back. Seems a little scary. And then that's when Alexa came and did the bad. I had the bad time, and they smashed my face into a wall. Or no, actually, it was like a ritual table. It was really cool.
Alexa did that?
Yeah.
What was cool about that?
Oh, what the table was. Oh, the feeling was horrible. But the
good.
ritual table that they smashed my face against was really cool. But not the smashing of the face. That was horrible.
Yeah.
And then they staked me.
What the fuck?
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. But then I woke up and then I felt bad and then I was home. And that's all that happened. So I won't be doing that again.
Wow.
But my point is the prince is very serious, it seems. And apparently the Lysanders are going to get what they deserve, but I don't know what that means.
I mean, what do you think you deserve?
To not be heard?
What do you mean by that?
Well, just... Have you done anything to the prince aside from
It's the only
look
thing
into
I've
his
done.
future?
That's it.
I don't know.
God
I-
knows what
I personally
What
haven't done
Dad's
anything.
done.
It's probably what our dad has done.
Or, it can't have been someone before that, right? The prince isn't that old.
Yeah.
Ah,
I don't know who the figure was. They were just shadowy, ominous figure.
Hmm.
I think they were in his office.
Like La Sombra?
Oh!
Like
You're
an
so
actual
smart.
shadow or like a person?
You're
thank you.
so smart. Dorian!
You think-
shadowy like a Lysander? Like a...
Like Dad's new girl.
Dorian! Our dad has a Lysander girlfriend now.
Oh, that's who that was.
Yeah!
Okay.
Oh,
All right. See, so
okay.
this friendship is getting us somewhere.
Oh, man.
I'm here for the tea. This sounds like fun.
It's not fun, but
Maybe horrifying. Maybe that.
So what's the next step then? Do we talk to Anita? Do we figure out what do you need?
we haven't asked him about the thing
Well,
that we want them
yes.
to do.
Right.
What is it you want? And what is it you can give? Because this sounds like a partnership, friendship, like you said, that might take a little bit more effort than hanging out and having a drink. So I do this for free any day of the week. But if you want something very specific done, the equal and opposite value kind of.
Well, that is where I thought maybe we would need to talk to Anita. But if you're saying that I need to run this by you first,
Run it by me. I mean, I can pitch it to her, and she's like, no offense, but she likes me more than she likes you. So if I say it, then
all right.
it's more likely to actually happen.
You know what? That's not a bad thought. All right. My dad's time as the head of our company, as the head of this family, it's come to an end. It's coming to an end. And whether or not Dad is going to willingly see things our way, well, that remains to be seen. But I'd prefer to have contingency plans to make sure that if he doesn't see reason, if he doesn't see that the future of this family is best served by the children that he raised to do so, well, we need some options.
One of the options being.
You know that.
Something drastic. I'm not talking about half measures here. Or I should say, maybe I am talking about some half measures, but
I mean, this is a half measure, right?
I'm not talking about just, messing with his business here.
Are you sure you don't want to go over to the Anarchs? This sounds so juicy.
I don't know if that makes sense yet, but what I can tell you is
Yeah.
that if I am
I'll
in...
take it.
Well, I don't read into that. I just said...
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, I mean,
At
no,
this
just say
moment-
how you feel. Say it, and let's lay it out all on the table. I think you'd make fantastic Anarchs. You in a leather suit.
Dorian, with your gun? With your gun, you could have it strapped
keep
to
a
your
gun?
thigh.
Same. Now.
Look. We all do our best staying in our lanes, okay?
Oh.
I think if we were going to be Anarchs, this family would have been Anarchs ages ago. But we're Camarilla, and right now, that's the best way that we can serve each other. Because we're not going to take down the Camarilla, not in Chicago, that's for certain. So, all
Yeah.
I'm suggesting is that we help each other out. There'll be times where I can provide you with help, and I can provide you with better help if I'm running this family. And if you can help me get there, then we would for sure owe you some very, very real favors.
You're damn right you would. Although I will say, putting holes in Camarilla bigwigs. Big bonus.
Right?
Thought that might appeal.
Whew, damn.
You'd have to go to less of
Patricide.
those things that we went to last night if he were, you know?
Yeah, suits are uncomfortable.
But you looked really good in it. It was nice. Save it. You know,
And,
we'll need to wear it eventually.
When Adder said patricide, Dorian is going to go ahead and roll his rouse check, and he's going to take that drink if he passes.
That's
Yeah,
Let
valid.
me just take a sippy. real-
Yes.
Oh, that's a fail. So,
So
on
you're
a
at
failure,
hunger
does-
3
d-
now.
My hunger goes up, right? Okay.
Yep.
And you still blush of life. You just get
Yeah,
hungry.
you still
Yes,
get.
but
you
you-
still.
Oh,
you can
right,
still
right.
have
Yes.
those
Okay.
though.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll have
Yep.
my drink then.
You just are hungrier now.
I'm just
I-
hungrier. That's fair.
I will join him in the drink. I will also do my rouse check.
Okay.
Damn it! Should I take the chance? The boys are drinking. Oh, okay.
You're
I'll
on.
take
You're
the
on hunger.
chance.
Okay, you're on
I'm
hunger
sweating.
3.
I am. Oh no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Oh, I want
Yeah.
to so bad. I just stare at it.
Is there more that we're gonna discuss here? Are we gonna have drinks, or are we gonna discuss more?
Well, I had some things that I thought you should know if you're going to be head of the family. And I'm not saying that it's going to be I look at Willow and I'm like, who says who's going to be head of the family? You know? It's
Why you say it like that?
I just know who I'd prefer.
Oh.
But that's not up to me.
Well, you could always be part of the family.
Look,
And then she just doesn't.
Siblings.
like-
Better Silas.
Oh,
Gee,
I'm
Lysander.
Silas.
Lysander. No, I'm taking the middle name.
Oh. Oh. Bold.
look. The four of us, Lysander children, we all work together. We are truly a family. And just because I am the one that has the experience in the business
Oh no, of
Doesn't-
course.
doesn't mean that we
nothing
are
to
not
do-
making decisions together here.
He's
That's
just
all.
being
Nothing.
sweet, Dorian. It's okay.
Nothing to do with me. Of course. Yes. No. You at one point mentioned that you were pissed off about some dude, Bartlett, right? The
Yes!
hardest stat?
Yes, please tell us about him. What did you find out?
Another issue. Yes.
So this is part of the fun that I've been having listening in on werewolf bullshit, right? Turns
Oh.
out he had a coterie, right? That got torn to shreds by werewolves.
Oh, what a loser.
That's,
Yeah, exactly. What a loser. And he's only left with one friend in the entire world, who I hear is Abana Hakim, which is not a clan you want to piss off, but principles, so I hear.
When did this happen?
Storyteller. How long ago was this?
The killings happened at the timeline now, probably like a couple of weeks ago. It's still pretty recent.
So, weeks after his coterie is killed, and she just looks at Dorian. It's just interesting timing on his part. And just
okay, I mean, it makes sense. We
I
see
just-
now. We see. I can see now Caden's motivation a bit more clearly.
he literally has no friends. Well, except for the one.
He wants a war. I mean, it's as simple as that. He wants revenge
With a
on the werewolves that killed his coterie, and
He asked you
mean,
for
that-
help? That's kind of pathetic.
Not kind of, sort of.
not directly.
Not directly. Of course he wouldn't.
I did think that would be a bit odd.
But in his own way, in his like Ventrue way. No offense, Dorian.
What we don't know is at what level of involvement the rest of the Camarilla is in his plans. I don't know if Caden's acting alone. At least we know now maybe why he wants to do this in the first place, but I'm not sure how we can use that as leverage yet.
Well, there was. Oh! If you've been listening in, maybe you can help me with something I saw from Caden. So, the last time we met with him, I was able to get a read on him, and it does line up with what you said. I did see the. Now it makes sense with the context of werewolves, or. Oh gosh, I can't remember the name they told us.
Did they give you a name?
Garu. Yeah, because
Oh,
Fen was like,
Garu. Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
Fen was like, don't call us that. And she was like, okay, I won't. Yeah, but that makes sense now. They're actually Garu, not werewolves, but yeah. I mean, I don't.
I love Willow being like, we need to use the correct term. They're
be
Garu.
nice.
I
know
love that.
I know we might murder them, but let's be nice. Let's be respectful.
That's fair. Garu. That's fine.
But anyway, but I saw them kill his coterie in a vision. But there was a woman that he was really upset about. Do you know if there's a woman in his coterie?
He's got a pretty testosterone heavy coterie, actually. They're all dudes. Even the Banu Hakim is a dude. So you don't know from the Anarch's learnings of Bartlett. You don't know of any women that he's close with in his life. That doesn't really ring a bell from what she's describing.
What does it mean?
I'm not going to say what I was about. Yeah. No, he's not got that kind of charm, I don't think. All dudes in the coterie.
Interesting. Well, there is a woman that died and was killed by Garu that really fucked him up.
Damn.
I think it's also how he got a scar too.
Oh, family member? Everyone's got a
Maybe.
mum.
Mother, significant other, sister, I'm unsure. But
yeah, and me either.
he seemed very serious about it. I think it's the first time I've ever seen that look on his face. You know the one, Dorian? That smug asshole look? It's the first time I ever saw him drop it. When I brought her up.
Right.
That may be the reason he's so... Well, I'm sure he has extra reason now with the coterie, but I think that one came first. I think that's why he's doing what he's doing. I think this is all a revenge ploy for this woman.
I can see if I can look into it for you. I mean, kindred's histories, that stuff people keep real close to their chest, so it might be very difficult, but I'll try.
Okay. Anything else?
I love you. And let's have a drink and enjoy ourselves. Kindred politics really, really kills the mood, don't you think?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, sure.
Party
let's
time,
have
Dorian!
more
Buy drinks for everybody.
We're gonna keep this a bit more low key. Dorian's gonna go over to the waitress, and he's going to use compel on her to tell her to bring us a bunch of drinks and to have and to section off this area for VIP celebrities from Europe. We're European. We're European celebrities.
Oh, and in walks. I'm trying to think of European. No, I'm just kidding. I can't even think of one.
Bowie. He's a
Said
vampire too
European
now.
celebrity.
In walks Bono. I know. I don't know.
Oh my God, Bono! Love you!
Who doesn't
Oh my
want
God,
to
you're
have
not-
a drink? Bono and Sting.
Yeah.
Let's have a drink of Bono.
Two of them together. Oh my god.
Yeah, just roll me.
Yeah, tell them Bono and Sting have rented out this back area.
Only
Don't
Bono's
do that.
allowed in here.
Just say it's like just vague. You know, I told them it's vague European celebrities. We don't know who it is. I just want them to know, like, to not have people coming up to us
Yes.
while we're drinking here.
Just roll me your charisma and dominate. It's gonna be a low difficulty value, but you know.
5 successes.
Yes, very easily the waitress sections off your area with a reserved sign and tells people, and tells the rest of the staff that it's for a VIP event for European celebrities. And
That's us. We're European celebrities. Look
Yep.
at the three of us.
Well, I've got half of it covered. I don't know about the two of you. You celebrities?
Depends on what newspaper you ask.
Ah, The Economist.
They don't think so, but you know, certainly, some of them do.
We can put it on an accent if it would make you more comfortable. If you want us to try that.
Please.
I've
You
been,
would like that?
I can practice. I've been listening to you so often. I'm sure I could do it.
Man, there's an accent I think you should try from around my part, like Guildford. Have you ever tried that?
Oh. I've heard that's a very difficult accent.
deepest cut.
It's super difficult.
I'm sorry,
and you should-
everybody. That's an inside joke, Chad. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Inside joke making it to the table. Amazing.
It's really hard to do, but if you get it right, you can convince anyone.
Yeah, I really heard that it's quite difficult, but
What
Really
area?
niche.
What accent was the one that Dick Van Dyke did in Mary Poppins? Which-
are you really asking him that right now?
That's,
You're trying to
I think
appropriate my
that's the closest
culture.
one that I can do.
Dorian, you can't just ask him those things.
No, this is. Wait, wasn't that Cockney? Wasn't that bad Cockney?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
Was it
notoriously
bad?
just a terrible.
It was not. It wasn't good Cockney.
Oh. What's good? I'm not gonna ask.
Anyway, Dorian orders, gets some really
I
nice
think that's the
drinks
same
in
as
there.
Bofa.
I almost. Oh.
Yeah. So Dorian would be drinking a good bit.
Oh, here we go.
but
Here we
not-
go again.
but
No.
not as much as it was last night. I'm not looking to party.
But there's
Yeah.
no consequences, Dorian.
Well, there never are, right? When you're rich kids. Okay, so he's just gonna keep putting them back.
As is Ada, actually.
Oh,
Okay.
you
All
two
right.
are drinking, huh?
It's a celebration. You've asked
Yeah.
a very, very big favor.
We are.
Do you think you can go through with it?
Why wouldn't we? Do you think
That's
you
your
can do
daddy.
it? Do you think you can do it? That's the big question.
If we get the right person in the right place at the right time with the right gear, we can get rid of anyone.
Oh,
but
that's
do you
kinda...
have
I'm
the
gonna be
balls? Oh, you'd have to be there.
That's true
Just
alibi,
whoever
Dorian.
that right person is, he's gonna be standing next to me.
If you can lead him to us, are you ready to spill that blood? That's your blood. I'm not saying he's not a bad person, but
Apparently the world is better off without, though.
Everything that our dad has done, he's done for himself. Everybody in this family is just a pawn to him. Our mother, our brother Alan, all of us kids. I'm not able to tell my wife the truth because of these rules that my father has put on me. Not the Camarilla, my father.
You saying you never loved your father?
Is it bad if I say no?
No.
I didn't say that. I just don't think that he knows what love is.
No, I don't think he does.
What's the rest of your family going to think about this? Am I going to be chased?
Who's the rest of the family?
Oh, you mean our other siblings?
Yeah. Yeah, your siblings. That brother you mentioned, Silas.
Silas is
I
on
meant
board.
him.
Like I said, we're a team.
Yeah.
We are truly family.
I think Val will be okay with it. She dislikes him just as much as we do.
Okay. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, if you pull that trigger, there is
No going back.
no going back. It's one of the few things that we can't come back from.
Good, it needs to be
Well,
permanent.
I'm
Then
sure.
I'll prepare for permanent.
Okay.
Wow. That feels pretty solemn.
Yeah, I'm sure there's better club music playing in the background.
Just like some banger ass music on
but
while
we're,
we're talking.
but we're like
about
super
this.
into it. Yeah, and I think Dorian would just I mean, he's laid all the cards out on the table, so he is just going to be drinking and trying to get a feel for Adder. Not trying to talk any business further than this. If you try to bring anything up,
Personal stuff.
you know,
Yeah.
he's gonna. But unless
What do
anybody
you
else has
What do you want to
yeah.
know?
Oh. Yeah, Dorian. What would... Look. I need you to like him, so then you can go convince Silas to like him. Because he won't listen to me, but
Where
he'll
is
probably
Silas?
listen to you. I don't know, doing Silas stuff.
All right.
Doing stuff for the family. Well, I guess, you know, if we're gonna have that talk. I mean, do anarchs have families? Do you turn the people that you're close with? I mean, you don't follow the Camarilla rules, but you care about the Masquerade to some extent, at least in Chicago. So,
Yeah.
that like?
Yeah. We're not just turning people left and right. Some people are stupid and they turn their lovers, their family. I don't think that's fair, but it happens. And yeah, we have to be responsible for the masquerade. I don't want to get lit up at sunrise as much as the next vamp. So we look out for each other, and I've found my own small coterie of people that I care about quite a lot.
Why is it stupid to turn your family?
Oh, can you imagine how messy that is? If you're their sire, you have the control over them. You have to teach them everything. You have to be responsible for them. you have to. I mean, if you feel like you do that, that's great. But then there's the whole blood bond thing. You turn someone. I mean, that's most of the way to putting them underneath you. I would hate to be controlled by it like that. That would suck.
Hmm. True.
And Dorian would just kind of sit with that for a minute and dwell on that.
Adder, just roll me a wits and insight.
Ooh, okay. Whoops.
Intriguing.
Well, ooh, 2.
2. You don't really notice anything, actually, with Dorian asking these questions.
Aside from the obvious, why wouldn't you turn your family?
Yes.
Hmm.
All right. Anything you want to know?
Can you ride a motorbike?
Sure. I think so. Can I?
Sure.
I don't know. Probably not. No, I don't have any points in drive, so let's say no. But Dorian might be like, I've been on one.
Yeah, you've been a
just wondering
backpack? You've been
What was
someone's
that?
backpack? You've been someone's backpack, Dorian?
I've ridden on one before. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
nice.
gotta try it. I mean, I'll I'm sure I could pick it up. You want to
should.
go riding sometime? Is that what you're?
I mean, that
getting
would
at?
be cool. If I'm gonna be for you, then maybe we should be seen together a bit less, just so we have plausible deniability. But
Oh,
And-
we would
well,
have
I
to
mean,
go
if we're
well
going
outside
out.
the city. We'd take the helicopters. We'd go out. You know, if
No,
you want to go,
haven't
if you
been
want to
in-
do something
You haven't been in a
together, we can
helicopter
make
yet.
that happen.
I haven't been in a helicopter. I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to go in a helicopter. It seems kind of bougie to me.
Oh, what if we rough it up a little bit? Would you like
Rough-
it better then?
Do you
rough
know
up the
you're
helicopter?
dating my sister, right? You know she's a Lysander. You're gonna
Oh, what if we
complain
get
about
like
bougie. I think you're gonna have some other issues with us.
what if like what if every time you ride in the helicopter, we donate a helicopter to charity
That's not happening
of your
at
choice?
all. Nope.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Nope.
That sounds good to
Okay.
me.
Not a thing. Not gonna happen. That's not.
I'll make it happen. I'll make it happen.
I actually couldn't. She can't make it happen. That's not even like a she could sneak behind our
What
back.
charity doesn't need a helicopter?
Or maybe something more valuable.
2 helicopters.
No, stop. You're joking with me. You know, actual things that will help.
Of course.
There we go.
Yeah. That sounds fun. You know, I've had a lot more fun tonight than I thought we would just talking about politics.
What's that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the boring part. I didn't know like whether you'd be in the mood. Like the party last night was kind of a serious thing for you, but no, I'm glad you're in a party mood. That's all. I'm just saying. It's been
You're
nice
very
to chill.
opinionated about politics. I thought you would enjoy this.
Oh, I know, but like, it's the wrong kind of politics. Like, I could talk to you about like Das Capital for hours. I don't know if you want that, but like, that.
I just like
it's-
listening to you talk.
Be
So
like-
whatever you want to
Like
say.
being back in college. Sure. You want to talk? You want to
I
talk some political philosophy? Let's let's get deep, bro. Let's go out into the woods. Let's grab, you know.
Oh no. Oh
Full
no,
drum
no.
circle?
We'll
Oh
go
no.
camping, you know. We'll have a time of it.
I don't want you,
know
guys
what?
to be friends anymore. I lied. I don't like this.
No, I think we could have some really interesting conversations. I'll take you into the woods. We'll get some snacks and chat shit. That's where
Careful
we'll
in
ride.
the woods.
What in the woods? Sorry.
They're her every time. Oh goodness. Yeah,
Oh, the Garu.
the Garu. Yeah, they're Garu in the woods.
Yeah, but there's also us in the woods.
That's not an equal matchup.
Yeah, okay, but
I'm gonna
I mean,
tear
we'll have
your
animal
pretty
friends.
head from your body.
I mean, I'm sure we can. Do we not know where their territories are?
Look, let's not chance it, okay? Go have your
I'm-
campfire sitting. I don't know. Take the plane somewhere.
Whatever it is, like I said, we should be better friends. We don't always have to talk business. That's all.
I like that. That's a very good idea.
And if we really wanted to have more fun, we should probably leave this place, right? That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we'll go on a hunt together.
Now you're talking, because I am actually, if I'm being honest, a little.
Yeah. You know what? I think the three of you are actually at hunger 3.
Yeah.
So you are at that point where you probably
Nice.
could feed.
You know what I've been doing recently? That's been a lot of fun. And you know, we'll do like a cut. No.
A little montage.
Yeah, a little montage, and then we're outside some executives from Caden Bartlett's company.
Boy. You're outside
boys
of
thing.
outside of Bartlett and Zenith.
Yeah, so no, I probably would explain this to you, because obviously get your buy-in for this. But you know, I have been having myself a snack of some of Caden's junior executives. I'll be honest, it just makes me feel good.
Do they taste like copy paper?
They, something about them. It's good stuff. I think you'll like it.
They taste like boots.
My preferred feeding type is
Extortionist.
executives.
Which yes, executives, yes.
So executives are, and that has been, yeah. So Dorian's very biased, you know, like, oh, dude, you gotta fucking try this. It's so good.
Though
Okay.
I think Adder's preferred feeding type is a bit different.
Just a little bit different. So that's the question I had. I can't seem to find it on my sheet, but can I
Do I know
actually eat
his yet?
people?
Yeah.
You did pick the
The farmer.
yes, the farmer, which I believe
So
you
I-
only feed on animals,
I
which
I
was an
can't-
interesting choice.
I can't find if I. What does it
If you
say?
click on farmer on the word, it'll give you all the
That's
info
thank you.
on it.
I have
Which
I just have to spend willpower if I want to eat people.
yeah, which by the way, I'm gonna note this to our audience as a storyteller. Because I had noticed somebody said this also the other day with like Val's feeding type is siren. So it's like, to me, I personally view it like this is my own thing. Like, you don't necessarily have to feed within your own feeding type every time you feed. Like, you should, you know, like she doesn't have to seduce somebody every time she wants to feed. But like, yeah, generally, like that should be how you feed. And like, but I think you can feed outside of your feeding type every once in a while if you want to. That's how I
Yeah.
view it. Like, yeah, it's not your normal and you're just like, oh, this is icky. Or if you have like strong principles like Silas Jr., who's like, I will not feed from people. I only feed from, so like, that's a story thing. But Yeah, but yeah. So anyway,
You're mocking him like the way.
I will not feed from people. I am a doctor. So yes. Anyway, I just wanted to share that because Adder, if you did want to feed from an executive, it wouldn't necessarily, even though it's out of your normal feeding type, you could still do it. Unless you have like a hard, like, I don't eat from people, I only eat from animals. It's like Silas.
I think he's a lot more uncomfortable feeding from people, but it's not that he won't do it. He also finds the idea of eating an executive very amusing. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
funny. It's for the lols, you know?
Yeah.
So I just have to spend 2 points of willpower to eat a person, basically. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go with you and help myself, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured we would, like follow some people coming out of like a late night meeting. We're sticking out the outside the office, and we see them leaving out the back, and they're gonna go to the parking structure where the car is or whatever, and we're gonna do our thing.
You do, yeah. You see a group of junior, like, I would say this is the procurement department. They make their way out, and it's at this point probably like 11 midnight. These poor employees are leaving the office, heading to the parking garage next door to Bartlett and Zenith, which...
Poor fuckers.
Yes. Bartlett and Zenith is a medical focused company. So there are people, it's not a hospital, but there are people around many of the day, like almost 24/7, like this building is busy. So, but you kind of follow them to the garage, and it is later at night, so it's a bit more secluded. And you find an area, you look around for cameras, and you see like one area behind the parking garages where there's no cameras or anything like that. And you can all take the opportunity to feed on some procurement people at Bartlett and Zenith. If you want to, I guess, yeah, if you guys just want to roll your, roll me your feeding, whatever it is.
How do we do that again on here?
I believe
Your feeding type.
Yeah,
at
for
the top under your
you,
name.
it is,
Manipulation, persuasion.
extortionist, strength or manipulation plus intimidation.
I have 4 successes for mine.
Okay.
Me too.
3 successes.
Okay. I will say for 4 successes, because this is kind of a shared experience and a group hunt. For the 4 successors, you could slate 2 dots of your hunger if you wanted to, and for the 3 successor, you
money.
could do 1.
Big
Okay.
money today, baby.
Perfect.
Big money.
Yeah,
And,
this was a
and I'm gonna just compel them all at the end to just say, next project you're working on, just mess something up. Throw out a really
Yes,
important
I
document.
roll me charisma
yeah.
dominate to see the level of what they will fuck up. The higher the
4
4?
successes.
4? All right. Yeah, they'll make a bigger fuck up, It's not just sending one bad email or something. They might
Dude.
botch a whole...
Delete something really important and the backup.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Love.
Now that, yes. Perfect use
Best
of power.
Of the night is doing that.
So
And-
responsible.
I love
So-
when you do that, Dorian.
You
Ready.
all spend some shared time together with your Anarch friend Adder. And is there anything else you would like to do or discuss with him for the evening?
I think it's good for now from me.
I think as well. Yes.
Yes. So
How can you escalate trying to ask someone to kill your dad?
yes, I would like to
Yeah.
summarize the discussions of this evening. So, you all discussed with Adder some of the things, not in too much detail, of your feelings toward your father, the things that you've been going through. And there was essentially a suggestion or the beginning of a friendship between you all. It's not so much, the term collaboration wasn't really there. It was actually more of an actual friendship that you wanted to start.
Yeah.
With Adder and the Anarchs. And the discussion was potentially your goal to kill your father.
Yeah.
Adder
Yes.
asked the questions of, is this something you're ready to do? Are you sure you want to do this? And it seemed you all feel maybe you have no choice at this point. But you do know that as siblings, you are close. But outside of that, there is no good blood anymore. So nothing was set in stone of a plan or how this is going to happen, but it's something that now Adder is aware of. And my question also is this something, I mean, he did say he would go back to Anita and talk to her. So is this something you're saying you would wish for him to share with the quote-unquote Baron of the Anarchs? Like, hey, this is something they want. Or is this something you would prefer to keep more between the smaller circle for now with him?
Well, I guess that's what I was trying to, maybe I didn't really clearly ascertain that, if that was what, if he felt that was a good idea, that level of friendship. We're going to Adder because of his connection to Willow right now, because we trust that to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
But if he doesn't think that Anita is up for this at all, then I'm not going to,
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood. So
Under
it's more
his advice. Yeah.
Yes. So it could potentially be something he might not say right now, but when the time comes, maybe he will bring this up to Anita.
Or
But
if he could at least just convince her to take a meeting with us so that we can say
Yeah.
face to face.
That makes sense. And Adder shared his own information on what he's learned about Bartlett. Seems to have an interest in this Bartlett name. Something you probably, the two of you, would have picked up on. But that seems to be where the relationship between the Lysanders and the Anarchs has been left off. A stronger bond, not just because of Willow and Adder and their closeness, but now bringing in Dorian and potentially, by proxy, Silas and Val. A closer bond between Camarilla-leaning Lysanders and the Anarchs. But where that could lead and where the Lysanders could potentially use the Anarchs as an ally in their goal that they discussed, that remains to be seen, but perhaps at some point that time will come. But for now, Adder, you head on your motorcycle and you give Willow a kiss goodbye.
Catch you later, cutie. You too, Willow.
Incoherent screaming.
Monty and Machiavelli exchanged one little kiss on the noses, boops on their snoots, goodbye. And he leaves. And with that, we will take our first break and thank our wonderful guest, Josh, our Brujah Anarch Adder, for once again helping, showing the Anarch side of our story, and coming in, strolling in to offer his help in the Lysanders and their goals. So thank you, Josh, for joining us this late evening.
Thank you.
It was fun. I love it.
Yep. So
Hitman. Also my hitman. him.
So we will take a quick break, and when we return, we will be at the Tremere Chantry to see what happens there.
Yay!
So don't go anywhere; it'll be even more spicy. We'll be back. BRB, everybody.
BRB.
everybody, and welcome back to Ancestral Blood, episode 10. We return after a conversation for the evening with Dorian and Willow and Adder the Anarch. But while that was happening, Silas Jr. made his way to the Chantry. Last he had left off with Abraham Deuceable, the Tremere regent of Chicago. Silas, in a way, stormed over to him at the gala the night prior, probably looking for answers as to what was going on, the things that his father did, the use of blood magic. All questions that Silas had, but Deuceable was not inclined to answer at said event, but perhaps in the confines of the Chantry. And that's where we bring ourselves now, to the fractured heart of the Tremere in Chicago, nestled on Hyde Park, in a prestigious neighborhood on Chicago's South Side, the Tremere Chantry, a place of hushed whispers and quiet silence studies. As Silas, you enter, and you've been here many times now. You know the familiar faces. You've seen the regent in his offices, of course, the gardens, the blood gardens that Sun Chi works on. Your fellow younger Tremere, the out-of-towner, Simone was her name. Some of the other familiar faces, another Tremere in power by the name of Enricto, and many others. What is your first order of business, Silas, when you enter into the Chantry this evening?
I assume after talking with Willow and Dorian about the literature that I was given, I would have secured that at the apartment, whether it was in my room or if I have some sort of lab at the apartment. And I would secure that and bring that to the Chantry and go to my lab to read that first. You know, he's got to not look so desperate for answers to rush to Deuceable's office. So he's going to go to the lab first and do his Tremere things at the Chantry, crack open this book, and start reading.
Okay. So you're going to start reading the book that your sire gave you.
Correct.
Just searching through this. Roll me an intelligence and academics. And feel free to use your specialty that you have as well to add an extra die to that roll.
Six successes.
Okay. You're paging through this book, a history of your family. And one moment. Where did I pull this? Okay, here we go. This book, a lot of it talks about some members of the Lysander family bloodline, actually, and it's very interesting.
Is this a I don't know if there are, but is this a kindred book, or is this like someone done
It
just
is
as a biography type thing?
Yes, and that was what you were wondering at first, and as you're looking through this, this is a kindred book. Your family has a book. And the book itself actually doesn't look like it's fully complete, but it looks like it's been etched in, and there are some pages that have been added in as like inserts. And there's some writings of other members of your bloodline. So it does look like this is a kindred book. And it's not necessarily a family tree with names and lines connecting. It just looks like it's writings from your family from different eras in time. And it actually is quite interesting to read some of these things about past family members. But one thing you notice in all of these writings is it all talks about the one. Everybody in your family talks back to the one. It reminds us of the one. And that seems interesting to you. And you go to the very beginning of the very end of the book. It's kind of like the beginning. And you see an insert of
We got props.
this.
Oh.
It is, upon looking at this insert, the words of Ventrue to his childer. And I will paste what this reads in chat. And please, everybody, forgive me if I pronounce some of these names wrong. The words of Ventrue to his childer. We ruled in Enoch. Re-ruled in, and then it looks like it's kind of, there's like ink blotted out, just like you see it here. So you're not able to make out what it says. Demuzid, Gilgamesh, Zeus, Jupiter. We are every great man, every perfect man. We rule not by strength, but by right. Be the lawgiver, the toolmaker. Carry the sacred, and then again, it's kind of ink blotted out, to the people. Keep the covenant. Bind those that rebel. And I realize the one that I sent you guys might be... No, actually, it's about the same. Glory in those who fight and win. Keep strong swords about you always, and sharp eyes at your back. Cover not in fear of the sun. Cower not in fear of the sun. Shrink not from the fire. Though we cursed may be, we are the lords of the earth, and all things fall under our dominion.
Silas is going to read that, and he's going to jokingly mutter under his mouth, written by Silas Lysander, apparently.
Upon looking on the words of Ventrue, I'm trying to think if Silas, I know you rolled 6 successes, but this is, I'm going to say, roll me another to see if you can defer what this means. If you can understand what this means. Intelligence. I don't know if this would be politics or academics again. Intelligence, politics for this one, actually, because this is a little bit different.
Ooh, not so good. 2 successes. Politics, not his best.
Trying to understand, like, Ventrue is a clan.
Mm-hmm.
This words of Ventrue, obviously to his child, you're able to kind of understand that Ventrue perhaps is the originator of Clan Ventrue.
Mm-hmm.
And does that mean, and it's in this book, your bloodline spans all the way to the first Ventrue.
The Ventrue.
The Ventrue. And then continuing in this, it may even confirm that as Childer, you see at the bottom, the words of Ventrue to his Childer, comma, Lysander.
I need. Where's James with? Oh yeah, it's all coming together. The words of Ventrue to Lysander. The one, Ventrue. This is bigger than we thought. Okay. He'll fold it up. I to fit in the book, I assume it was like folded or however it was inlaid. And he'll put it back where it was. And he's just gonna take that in for a moment, because this is heavy stuff. And he's gonna wonder, you know, there's a lot of things going through his head right now. There's if this is true, if he can somehow prove this, like, you know, he just said, it's bigger than what they thought. This is big, heavy stuff. But also, if the Ventrue bloodline is so strong, what does Dad have? I mean, this is always what he's been thinking. This is always on his mind. What does he have that Alexa and Annabelle and Aisling gave their... Oh, sorry.
Because you said Alexa and the thing. That's funny.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it spooked me. I was like, who's behind me? All of these really heavy, powerful kindred, and they gave a part of themselves to our father. And he's just really, really mulling that over, and it's all starting to make sense to him. And it's just the you know, in his mind, it's the fear of, if this person is who Val said that Uncle Jacques or Dad has somewhere in Chicago, the threat of, you know, I don't know if Silas knows the depths of how powerful these things can go, but that's a Dad having his finger on the red button saying, oh,
That's a nuke.
yes, yes, that is, oh, you better do this, or you want everything gone? I can do that, you know? And also, is there, and I don't know if we have, the player is doesn't remember, but do we know who sired Dad? It wasn't Jacques, right? Because
It was not Jacques.
Nosferatu, and is there any?
It was his father, right?
It was somebody in your family, yes.
Okay.
It was a Lysander.
Got it.
You don't see writing from them in this book. A lot of this text is going back to like hundreds of years. And so, but yes, you would know somebody in your family sired your father.
I think just because Silas is the person he is, I think he's going to take out a pen and start recording the new bloodline. You know?
Interesting.
Just,
okay.
you know, May 2024 or whatever month we are in game, and start making a little family tree.
Okay. I like that. And you do. You begin writing, and you get a nice ink pen and begin writing on these old, dulled pages.
The ones
of
that are, yeah, he's not gonna like alter, like he's gonna go to where there's empty pages and continue there. He's not, this is sacred to him now. But he's going to continue the bloodline in the book.
Yeah, I like that. And yes, you begin writing and again pondering on these things, thinking about the words in this letter, and this goes back many, many, many years. He's mentioning Enoch, somebody from the Bible. The events of this goes back thousands of years. But this is something you maybe knew, that you had a thought that your bloodline could go this far back, but you didn't realize it went this far back.
Yeah.
But this confirms it.
Mm-hmm.
What would Silas... Is there anything else he would like to investigate or delve into deeper from this? Or any other information or things he would like to research at this time?
I would like to go to the Chantry Library. And I know this is probably I don't know if this is normally done in the Chantry, but it is a blood sorcery, and I'm gonna cast Scour Secrets. The blood sorcerer unleashes rivulets of their blood, primed to search for information on a subject of their choosing. The blood washes over the object of their search, allowing blood sorcerers to investigate vast amounts of texts and volumes in a matter of minutes. The object investigated bears a telltale blood stain thereafter. So it is one rouse check, so let me see if I get hungry.
Okay.
I do. It's a intelligence blood sorcery against difficulty set by you.
Okay.
I'm going to just look for the word Lysander in the Tremere archives.
Okay. Yes, go ahead and roll me that. Roll me that check.
It does give recommendations 2 for a single letter in a regular office, up to 5 for encrypted information hidden in a vast library. So do with that what you wish.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend a willpower. Damn, only 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, give me one moment while I discern what I will give you with 3 successes. You would probably... You do see, one book that is a Ventrue clan book. And in this book, you do see the name Lysander. And it is a... You see the name mentioned during a talk of something called the destruction of Carthage.
Ooh. Okay.
It's like some Ventrue history book that references that story, and it kind of talks on that story and how Lysander was involved in that.
Got it. Okay. Good info.
Yep.
And then after he does that, and he sits crisscross applesauce on the library floor and pricks each finger, and little drops of blood come out, and he's kind of like puppeteering his fingers as his blood dances across the floor and as they coalesce on this one volume. And as he finds it, he'll take it and read it, and he'll put it back on the shelf. He respects the library. And then I assume, after all this, it's probably been a couple hours, he will go up to Deuceable.
You see Abraham Deuceable, the Tremere regent of Chicago, sitting in his office. It is a pristine office, very classic in some ways. The decor and interior is what you would expect from a library study of somebody who dabbles much in his studies. The old bookcases, the velvet red couch, the large mahogany desk. And he, of course, is sitting at the desk, deep in a book of his own, when you walk in. I was expecting you.
Regent
Silas.
Deuceable? Yes.
A wonderful party last night for your brother.
I'm glad you had a good time.
Yes, I figured it would be appropriate for me to show face in respect for your father and your family.
And Silas looking around the office. I see you appreciate good work of art.
Indeed. The Chantry, it's full of history. There's much you can learn, and history not only in books, but also in art.
As I've learned so much since yesterday, to be frank. Look, it's no surprise of what transpired last night. I'm just curious as to why my father had his hands on blood magic and knew secrets only 3 kindred knew about. Me, myself, and my sire the other.
Yes, I knew you would come to me with these questions, and that is to be expected, for you to ask these kinds of questions. What happened? It was not something I would have preferred to have been the ends. But sometimes we must make sacrifices to justify those ends. Chicago's Tremere, something I've told you, and I'm sure your sire has told you. Chicago's Tremere in particular have not been especially well liked. But in the old order of things, the Tremere were considered essential to the Camarilla. We were the Camarilla's authority on blood magic and the occult. But in recent nights, it's been harder. Things have changed. The Tremere as a whole has fractured. In a way, we have our own sects, like the Camarilla and the Anarchs. We have House Karna, House Goratrix, and House Tremere. I have read a lot about what transpired in Vienna. Yes.
Mustn't have been easy.
It has not been. And our own house has been fractured in Chicago for many years. I am trying to bring that back together and bring us back to our roots, the Camarilla. But that does come with making uneasy alliances with the Camarilla. Your family and the Lysander, unfortunately. As the Lysander are now part of the Camarilla, I owed a boon to Sierra. Unfortunately, she knows about what your family did. the Diablerie.
Yes.
She doesn't know the ins and outs, but she does know that your mother was involved with Diablerie of, well, Sierra Sire.
She mentioned the name Telly.
Yes.
I remember you mentioned that as well.
Indeed. So, unfortunately, that was some information that had to be given up. In these nights, information exchanged, it does get you places, and it's gotten me closer to our goals in the inner circles of the Camarilla. As for your father with the blood magic, well, that I'm not sure about. Perhaps he's getting his blood magic from somebody else within the chantry, or perhaps, dare I say it, did he do something? Diablerie, or something of the sorts, to acquire such power.
I thought blood sorcery could not be taken from Diablerie. It only learned.
That is, as far as Tremere go, but there are others that are capable of said blood sorcery. It's not something I think could have happened, but I don't know if he learned it from Tremere. Is what I'm trying to say, but I could be wrong. Unfortunately, like I've said, our pyramid has defected in some ways, and I don't have the reins on everybody within the chantry. So there could be others. I don't mean to say this to scare you, in that you can't trust anybody here. We are a tight-knit group. But everybody has their own goals and ambitions, and I do not hold that against anybody for pursuing their goals. If you were to do something to pursue your own goals, I wouldn't necessarily hold it against you.
You mentioned that Sierra had a boon on you. But if you did not provide the blood magic to cast his domination, what did you provide?
The information.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Got it.
The
got
boon.
it. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Did you expect it to work? On me, of course, not my siblings.
I see potential in you, Silas. The one thing your father underestimates is the power which he holds does come from us, from blood magic. So no, I didn't think you would succumb to it.
It was quite comical, to be honest. He used the vials and screamed kneel, and it was but a flitter on my mind. Helps me remember. And I want to say what I'm about to say. It's not a threat. It's not a slight, but it's got a little bit of sourness on it. It's helpful to remember whose blood runs in these decrepit veins.
Whose blood indeed? Not necessarily all of your families.
No.
You have the Tremere now.
I have not forgotten about the task you and my sire have put on me. It seems in the past coming nights, a lot of windows have been open. A lot of books cracked. I feel like I'm getting closer by the hour.
Do you have any thoughts or things you'd like to share from your learnings?
You had mentioned that my father had someone. How powerful are we talking?
You see him move the cane at his desk kind of to the side and take a heavy sigh, though none of you have to breathe. It's kind of still a natural thing for many of you to take those deep sighs as a habit, and you see him do so. It is unclear. I want to believe that this won't go all the way back to the child of an antediluvian. But what if it's all vain threats, empty threats? What if there's actually nothing? Have you ever considered that? What if it's all just a lie from your family? What if they are saying they have something powerful when they're actually just lying through their teeth?
That would be very like my father.
The unfortunate part of it is, if they do carry some sort of sarcophagus, the only way you could actually find out is just to open it.
And this hypothetical being, potentially, who has control of them?
No one.
So
Not
it is
even your father or your uncle.
perpetually in torpor. But just on the off chance. The name Lysander, just one name, keeps popping up. Does it mean anything to you? My research, various documents, something with the fall, the destruction of Carthage.
Yes. That a entire history lesson in on its own. Perhaps you should take more time to look into that. There's a very interesting text. There are some kindred, really one in particular, that keeps most kindred history documentized. A lot of the things that we have here at the Chantry may be writings or rewritings from that. The book your sire gave you came from them. But there's one particular place you might be able to find more information. And give me one moment while I just pull up.
But Regent Deuceable, I thought computers were banned.
Oh no, this is all
In
writing.
my Rolodex.
Yes. Hey, thanks for the raid. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome while I pull up. Oh no, my Chicago by Night book froze.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm going
But we're not allowed
to-
computers.
Oh, I now see what you mean by that joke. That took me a minute. Give me one moment while I just pull this up. Oh my gosh, of course this is being slow as heck now. I think I have too many tabs open.
Classic Chrome.
Yes. I believe this place is in Chicago because there's a lore sheet for it.
Okay.
Beep, 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 beep. Here it is. Nope, that's not it. Hold on one sec. Where the Oh my god, now I can't find it! I should have just taken the notes. Hold on, everybody. Give me a moment.
One moment, please.
While I try to pull this up. Fuck, I thought it was in... Ah, yes, here it is. Okay. You know, I think your sire might actually be the best person to get more information on this. But the next time you're in contact with her, ask her about the Book of Nod.
The Book of Nod.
Yes. It's a book that has many of our histories of kindred, oral histories, text fragments, the early histories of kindred. That may give you some more information on this fall of Carthage and how the name Lysander is involved in that.
I'll have to ask her then. I was intending on reaching out to her sooner rather than later anyway. You mentioned one last thing.
Yes.
You mentioned you had a boon with Sierra. I, too, have given a boon. Not something I've done lightly, but
Yes.
it does have its means, as generally they all do. What is typically requested of me to honor this boon?
Well, it depends on the boon. What exactly was the boon exchanged? Minor, major, or life?
It was major.
That's major is not the worst. If it was a life boon, that would be indebted to that person.
No,
but
I may be young, but I'm not stupid.
major boons usually, it's not something you have to worry about too much. As a matter of fact, the information of Diablerie, that was a major boon.
So general information, big information, powerful.
Usually, yes, it is more powerful information or a job for this person that is more dangerous than perhaps running a few errands at a club.
Could you trade in boons?
You can, yes. If you so choose. And if you really feel like you want to get out of a boon, there's always taking it to court. You could bring it up to the Camarilla to officially abscond yourself from a boon, but that can get messy, and you kind of have to bring all the information on the table as to why the boon was exchanged, things like that. So generally, people don't do that. But you know, the prince, the primogen, the hounds, and the sheriff could take that into consideration as well.
Understood. Well, I'd like to apologize for approaching you so aggressively last night. Before this information, I thought you had a hand in providing my father with blood sorcery.
It's quite all right, Silas, I understand. What happened to you, or your family, I should say, it is rather unfortunate. Your father, he is acting out in typical Ventrue fashion, but that's not necessarily a reason to dismiss those said actions. The other thing I must tell you, and I do apologize, I did also have to tell Sierra. I do know that as a Tremere, I'm sure you understand that we need to keep closer watches on each other and things. I am aware that you had lupine within your hospital and that you were seeing to them.
I did.
And that in itself is not a crime, I should say. Whatever information was exchanged, however you were able to have lupine within your vicinity, that you can keep to yourself. But know that it is known that those things were happening, that there was activity, lupine activity, near your hospital. And it is known.
I wasn't trying to hide it, and it is for a good reason. It's obviously there were things going on within the city with the lupine, and they requested aid, but as any good doctor knows, the cure for venom, or anti-venom, comes from the venom itself, so studying the Garu and getting to know their strengths and weaknesses, it was all quite the ruse, and they put their faith in me.
To me, actually, that is a sign of power. That you are able to have trust, whether it be a strong bond or not. They confided in you. And you have that over lupine. That's not something anybody in the Chantry has ever had the power to do. And that's another reason why I see potential in you, Silas. I think you might be somebody we can count on for information on lupine.
I will provide what I can.
In a way, perhaps a lore keeper of it. We would love to, any notes or things you learn, we can archive here in the Chantry. It's not something we get too often.
I can record my findings and similar notes and start a dossier right away.
Very good.
I appreciate you giving me this time, Regent. I know you are a very busy man.
Yes, well, I'm sorry again that you had to deal with such things with your father, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. I'll be in touch once I gathered more information about this secret weapon.
He returns to his book, and as you leave, you see... You walk and somebody else enters into the room. A face you've not seen. Or, you have seen this face, actually, around the Chantry. And just a quick glance as you walk past them. It's a woman. She has dark hair and dark eyes. Long dark hair. And you glance at her, You don't really exchange words, but I would just like you to roll me a wits and insight.
One second. Demiplane is not
Yes, it can be a little
reacting.
slow
Yeah,
sometimes.
wits, insight. 1 success.
Okay. It's really just her eyes. They're very, like, they are dark. They almost don't, as a doctor, like, they don't look normal. It is a bit, it takes you back a minute because there's something within her that just kind of makes you feel a little unsettled for a moment.
You know what?
But
Can I spend a willpower and re-roll it?
yeah, you
I,
can.
I feel like there's a little bit more
Yeah.
here. Oh, still just 1 success. Damn.
Okay.
Too bad.
Poor Silas's
Poor Silas. Yeah.
wits and insight is not quite.
His
quite
insight
there
ain't
with
great.
that.
His wits
Look,
is good.
You got good at cults, so you know what?
Yeah,
Take
right.
that. Yeah, you don't know. It's just, yeah, she's just a little unsettling to you. And potentially like just her aura is just a little like, I feel like it could be masquerade breaching. It makes other people unsettled, but
This isn't the same feeling I got when we were at dinner with Caden, is it? You had mentioned that I could sense blood sorcery on someone, but I couldn't get a clear look at them.
no.
Okay.
This is different. Yes, so you head out and you kind of ponder the thoughts that Deuceable, your regent, told you about being a lupine expert. And I actually, there is a lore sheet called Lupine Expert
Ooh.
in the Chicago by Night book. I gotta tell you guys, the Chicago by Night book has some of the best, just most interesting lore sheets, including the Book of Nod one and this Lupine Expert one. And it just, so many of them, like the Malkavian Cobweb one, and there's another, just like so many of them just fit into our chronicle so well. And I was reading this lore sheet and I was like, this is definitely Silas because he has just made such a good connection with the lupine that he should get something from this lore sheet. And again, also, like, I know I always explain this to our audience, like, technically in the rule, like, I didn't even realize this, but you're technically only supposed to have, like, one lore sheet that you use for your character sheets. But I'm like, there's so many cool lore sheets in Vampire the Masquerade. Like, I'm not confining us to just one. If we find some cool lore sheets, we're digging from that. So yes, it was Val with the Annabelle lore sheet. That was really good too. But anyway, so I'm going to, like, honestly, what you've done could potentially give you like the 5.1, but
Well, yeah, we could talk
we'll
about it.
talk.
Yeah.
So anyway, just so you know, you will be taking something from the Lupine Expert lore sheet.
Cool.
But is there anything else that you would like to do with your time in the Chantry?
I want to go see Simone. It's been
Okay.
a long time since we last... I mean, obviously, we probably talked in passing since we are lab partners. But I want to know how her ritual is. Silencio Noctis, I believe it is.
Yes. Oh, it's been a while since we last left off on that. And you do see her, and she is back in your guys' lab. She has like again, like to re-describe to the audience, the short, I believe it was brunette hair, with her Louisiana accent. You see her and, oh, well, Silas, it's been a while.
Simone, how are you?
Been good. Been kind of feeling a little stir crazy as I've been stuck in here for far too long.
Do you not get out much?
No, honestly, I don't really have friends here since coming to Chicago, and it's kind of an intimidating city. So I I don't really go out much, no.
Oh, maybe we should fix that.
Well, we could, I guess. Did do you know good places? I mean, you're a Lysander, of course you do. That was a stupid question.
But no, yeah, we should get you out of this chantry. The old musty smell and hard
Yes.
marble makes it very drafty and cold.
Yeah, I sleep here too, during
Oh.
the day, and it's just like you can only deal with like the cold confines of the lower basements so many nights before you just want to, I don't know, just lose it. So
I understand. But no, let's set a date sometime soon.
yeah, that sounds good. I'm looking forward to it.
And you can hold me to it.
I will hold you to it.
Okay. Honestly, I realized we'd never touched base after that ritual. I believe you mentioned
Yes.
Silencio Noctis, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and I have been working on it, and I think it might be ready. I think it's time we actually like put it into practice.
Maybe we can test it out when we go out. See the depths of how far we can take it.
Oh.
A little field study.
I do like doing a field study. I think this is a good idea. I feel like if we can get this working, man, Deuceable is going to be so happy with us. I just,
I mean,
this work.
the ability to make everything silent in X amount of radius. I mean, imagine the disciplines that can counter if words need to be spoken.
Yes. You're right. This could really come in handy. But yeah, it's been, that's really all I've been doing is just working on this. And I didn't realize rituals just take so many weeks of work. I'm like, why does this always have to be this many?
It's, yeah, and I was reading, the Tremere handbook, and it's like, it's like the square, they put the square root of.
Oh my gosh. It's like how many weeks it takes to learn versus like, why do we have to do this, like, so much equations in this?
No idea. But I'm glad that you've perfected it, and I'm looking
Yes.
forward to testing it.
Yes. I'm glad that you are, and it's just been nice to have some encouragement because, I mean, Sun-Chi comes by, but she's got something going on with her. I don't know.
I mean, she loves those roses.
That's just her obsession now, so I don't really
I
get
mean,
much out of her.
They're great. Have you eaten one yet?
Have I? I think I did once. I think she's been brewing up something else in there. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I'm a little scared. There just hasn't really been much encouragement here, so it's nice to just hear that from somebody.
Of course. Well, I know my comings and goings have been quite sporadic, but if you ever need to bounce something off me, I'm all ears.
I appreciate that.
Happy to help. But yeah, let's set a date and have some fun.
Yeah. Let's.
Maybe you can even meet the rest of my family.
I would love to meet the infamous, am I allowed to say that? Infamous Lysanders.
Infamous, famous, it goes both ways.
And she kind of just gets back to her work. She smiles warmly at you, and it feels nice to have somebody, a colleague, somebody who isn't a family member, somebody who isn't a rival bloodline, an anarch, just another Tremere.
Just a fellow nerd.
Yeah.
We all want that sometimes, But yeah, I think after checking in and having his conversation, reading the history of Lysander, the library, I think he's spent enough time here, and he'll probably head home to rendezvous with Willow and Dorian.
Yes, and you all head back for the evening. The night at this point, the sun will probably rise in the next couple of hours, but you still have time in this evening to reconvene and chat after your evening with Adder and your evening at the Chantry. I assume you would like to once again perhaps reconvene at Dorian's place rather than...
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, that probably
home.
feels safer than being in the house
Yeah.
right now. After what transpired last night.
I think so. Yeah.
Bijan, did we lose your camera?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Whoops, I apologize.
So you guys head back to Dorian's house.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, Silas, you probably arrive first, and you wait for your siblings, and probably another half hour to an hour later, Willow and Dorian arrive back at the house.
So,
Oh, we had a great time. How was your night?
informative.
Yeah?
Yes.
Honestly, ours was just fun.
Fun.
It was
Yeah.
a little more than fun. I may have put our names out there with the Anarchs. I may have set us in motion to try and work with them a little bit. Nothing set in stone, but I did tell Adder that I wanted help against Dad.
But like we said, there's no like active hit out on our father, correct?
No, they're not going to
Nope.
do it now. No.
And we haven't agreed to give them anything either.
So it's just like a
we're
gentleman's
just-
conversation.
Exactly.
Okay. What else you got?
So we haven't committed yet.
Oh, Dorian, the thing about Caden. He's been listening around, and apparently Caden's whole coterie, save for one, bit the dust. You want to guess how?
I can
Garu.
make an educated guess, but yeah, tell me.
Garu. That's it.
All right.
And when did this happen?
Completely torn to shreds.
Do we know that? He's asking Willow.
Oh,
long ago that happened.
he said it was about a few weeks ago that this happened, which is, times right in with him coming to us with that conversation and matches with the vision I had.
Would you have told us about that vision after you touched Caden's hand?
I realize I didn't in character.
That's why I'm asking.
I think so.
Because
I think so.
You keep
Yes.
some visions to yourself, some you blurt out. You're gonna die.
Yes. She would share it. She would share that one later, privately, because it was a more private
Got
kind
it.
of thing. You would know, though. Yes.
So Caden lost his coterie. Interesting. But he still has one. I assume the one that was at the dinner with us.
Yes. Banu Hakim, I believe he said.
Banu
claim?
Hakim.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And Adder helped us potentially make some sense of Willow's other vision. That shadowy figure that heralded our doom could be a Lysander.
Because apparently they can do that. And Dad shows up with a Lysander? With blood magic? Blood sorcery?
Yes, but why would the Lysanders will get what they deserve be said by someone that's working with a Lysander?
Maybe Dad's about to get betrayed by another person he's working with.
I mean, then job done, right?
I mean, maybe. Unless they want a whole family wipe kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Just because we both want Dad dead doesn't mean that we should let them go through with this.
Because they did just say Lysanders. Not Silas, not Lysanders.
Plural.
Could
They
mean
may
all
be
of us.
expecting us to pay for the many sins of our father.
More than likely.
So, Caden lost most of his coterie, and when did this happen?
A few weeks ago.
Okay. Silas will, like, chuckle to himself. Yeah, that makes sense. And this seems like Adder was rife with information.
Apparently they've been listening out to the Garo. Oh, that's right. He mentioned they've been moving a lot. In general, just a lot more activity from them. Not necessarily aggressive, but they're certainly making their presence more known from what the Anarchs have observed.
Interesting. Seems like everyone's moving pieces onto the board.
Yeah, seems so.
Anything else?
I think that's it. Anything else, Dorian?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Fairly successful.
So I cracked the book that my sire gave me.
Oh, yeah, the one.
Yeah, the one that I should have opened a long time ago. Interesting stuff. It's it actually is a history of the Lysander family, but it goes back to somebody named, read the book, did some research in the library. Somebody named specifically Lysander, just one word, not a last name. But it's old.
Like
This
how
is
old?
Okay.
like, I mean, not to be rude, but do you know anything about the fall of Carthage?
What?
Like,
Like a man
Roman-
surrounded by columns and everything on fire with dead bodies around?
Possibly.
I mean, are we talking Roman history? I mean, is that...
It'd be
that's what we're
Greek,
talking
Dorian.
It'd be Grecian, Dorian.
Yeah, yeah.
They came before.
I mean,
The Romans just stole everything the Greeks did, So
look, I'm still working on it. I have some new leads. But at the end of the day, we're dealing with something big. Like, I hope you two are aware of that this is... We could go back far. I'm talking our blood, the Lysander blood. Ancient.
I mean, Carthage is pretty damn old.
No, older than that.
Older than
Correct, Storyteller? I don't want to assume. I'm not purview to the levels of ancient.
Yeah, it would. I believe it would technically be older than Carthage. Yeah, like.
Because you mentioned the book. No, the Book of Nod would had stuff. So that is like origin stories.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Lysander is like the OG. Enoch, he came from Enoch.
Yeah.
So who came
Yep.
from Cain. So, yeah, it. You're right. It does go back.
Yeah. No, we're talking like older, much older. And if there's a fucking nuke locked in a coffin in some rundown house in Chicago, like,
Like the one that Val told us about, that Dad told her about?
It's all connecting.
Would,
Okay.
what does it... What would it mean if he did, though? Like, I mean, I know having someone that old is serious, probably, but, like, how serious are we talking? Like, what would even happen if you woke up someone that old? Can you imagine?
From what I'm compiling here, if it's true, that was also a thing that was passed to me. What if it's a bluff?
Be a pretty damn serious bluff.
Would it be beneath
No.
Dad to have something like that?
I mean, it would make a lot of sense why we've been given such grace.
It's.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, you think about it. You with your sire, mine with mine, vows for vows. Dorian keeping the bloodline going straight. This isn't something to take lightly. These things, us being embraced is like Dad having his button on a big old button that says fire.
You think he's been threatening? Or maybe not verbally, but the people are vaguely aware, and that's threat enough.
What if he has it? What if he has this?
What if the prince knows he has it?
I mean,
That's
The Lysanders will get what they deserve. Huh. I mean, with something
Dad-
that old.
if Dad has this. If he has this nuke, and he's been using it
Get what he
to keep
wants.
favor with the Camarilla to, I mean, it would make sense. I mean, they let us live after everything with Mom. Why
Yeah.
would they? I mean, I assume Dad had some kind of leverage, but I mean, we'd never learned what that was or what that could be. Maybe
mean-
this is it. It would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Maybe this is the thing. I'd certainly be, if I was anyone else and I knew this, yeah, I can see why people would do exactly what a man like that would say. But the only thing that doesn't make sense to me is, and maybe it's not important at all, if you have this giant threatening thing, why? I mean, maybe it is just he trusted her the most, but why would he tell Val? Why wasn't Alan embraced like us?
I don't know. But it
Those-
does.
Those are the only two things I don't understand yet.
look, I don't know a lot about Toreadors, to be honest, but if I was to tell someone one of my biggest and darkest secrets, a powerful secret, maybe he
But why
expected.
tell anyone?
I mean, if he's waving his proverbial dick around, why not tell it to Val, who he thinks might spill the beans? What was the first thing she did when she met up with us?
Oh, you think she... Oh. Interesting. Okay. I could see that. Then what about Alan? Why not capitalize on the fact that we have a powerful bloodline and turn all of your children? What was it about him that they didn't want?
I don't know.
Do we even know he's dead? There was the 5th vial you guys were telling me about.
There was.
Is that truly for Jacques? If Jacques... I assume Jacques knows that he has this. He had to. Who would have told Dad? I assume it's a pass down the line thing, right?
Correct.
So then that vial can't be for Jacques.
You know, maybe it really doesn't even matter that much at this point.
Maybe
I'm
it
not saying
doesn't.
we shouldn't look for answers, because it'll obviously give us more leverage. But seems to me that we have really two things that we need to deal with.
What is that?
We need to find out where this weapon is, and we need to take it from Dad.
Okay.
Now, if we do that, we're in control of the family, and we have that leverage. And whatever we need to do with that to keep our family safe, whether that's give that to the prince, or... Gosh, I don't even know. At that point, we got to figure out what our options are.
Wait. Why would we give that to the prince? If this thing is the thing that's been keeping him... No.
Maybe we can sell Dad out for our safety.
Mm.
Maybe his crimes, whatever he needs to pay for, or whatever our family needs to pay for, maybe it can end with him. But we need that leverage.
Oh boy. I think I have to do something that I've always dreaded doing.
What's that?
Remember what we talked about in the car? About me getting on Dad's good graces?
Oh, you're gonna do it.
I think I have to go apologize to Father.
You're gonna lick his boots, huh? Damn. You're a brave soul, Silas.
Oh, you weren't there. I spit in his face with venom.
Oh!
It was
Oh,
awesome.
I wish I could have seen it. Oh, damn. Was it cool? I bet it was cool.
And then you left us there.
I did.
By the way.
Oh,
We
that's
never really talked about that. That
okay,
was
but
pretty
he
shitty.
couldn't have stayed. After you spit in a man's face, you gotta walk away.
Yeah.
he left us there.
I mean, he
Look!
wasn't going to do anything. He was at a public event. If it was in private, I would have stayed, but I was heated, all right? First time casting a blood sorcery, it works you up.
That's fair.
It's your father, nonetheless.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. So then, on the agenda, find out where this thing is, while avoiding getting killed by the people who hate us in the Camarilla, the Garou, and the Anarchs, and
Caden.
also Caden. Oh, I'm sure the Anarchs won't come for us, unless they are.
It's only a war on 4 sides.
Yeah, it's fine. With us in the middle. Nice. Good. Right.
Anyone know where Dad is?
No clue. Wallowing?
You haven't heard from him. You assume he might be at the office, as he usually is.
When we fully take over from Dad, I want to tell my wife everything.
That is a very big ask, Dorian. And like, I know I got on your guys' asses a couple days ago about rules and regulations and all that stuff, and I know you probably still haven't read them. But breaking the Masquerade affects the entire coterie.
I know, and that's why I'm telling you now that this is what I want to do. So I want you to be on my side with this. I'm not going to go against the family. But if we can get this leverage, I mean, if we can take this from Dad, that's part of what I want to ask for.
And you know telling her puts her in more danger than her being in the shadows, right?
You think she'd want to be embraced? Because that would just be a simple ask. But I guess that's a hard thing to ask somebody without breaking the masquerade, right?
And who would embrace her? Father?
Oh, we could find anybody. I mean, it doesn't matter.
I don't know.
We could find somebody.
Oh, it does matter. You wouldn't want pretty old Adeline looking like Jacques, would you?
Well, no. Well, we could find someone that fit her. You know her. We could go through and handpick somebody like Dad did for us. We could find somebody good for her, if she wanted to.
Then you have the kids. You're just repeating Mom and Dad. If you turn her, your kids live in the shadows, and what, at their 18th birthday, you're gonna turn them like they did to us?
I don't know, Silas.
We haven't thought that
It
far.
doesn't seem like it's even worth it yet. I mean, of all the things, of all the decisions that I have to make, when it comes to my family, how could I do that without Adeline? How could I make any decision about our kids, about us? How can we really have a chance if I don't tell her the truth?
Them not knowing is the safest they will ever be. You tell her, you embrace her, your kids, they all fall under somebody else's thumb.
Even worse, they may grow to hate you for it. And then you'll be just like Dad.
I can't just give up on my family. Is that what you want me to do? I'm just supposed to let them go forever.
If you want them to remain safe, then yes. I'm not sugarcoating this, Dorian. I don't think you'd bring that up, what you did, if you wanted it sugarcoated. And as your older brother, I'm telling you how it is. And what happens if something happens to you? You don't think
Well, then
Dad will
maybe-
swoop in and be, the good old grandfather that he always was? You know he has lawyers. He'll grease the right palms. Them being human and them in the shadows is the safest they will ever be. But the choice is yours. I've said my piece.
And Dorian, you can see he's very frustrated, and his fists are, his hands are clenched up in fists, and he doesn't really have anything to say to this. And he's just going to leave the room. He's going to look at Silas in the eyes for a minute, and then he's going to leave.
You step out, Dorian, and you head to the other rooms in your house down the hallway. As you're walking down the hallway, you pass by your kid's room. You look. The rooms are empty. The cribs. Everything is gone. Your wife, she took them when she left with the kids. These empty halls. It fills you with dread and worry of what the future could or couldn't be. What is the future like with your wife and kids at your side? And what's the future like without them? You're not sure which is the right answer. And I think that is where we will stop for the evening on that note. As we conclude our 10th episode of Ancestral Blood, as I must say, this is my favorite part of the story because most of the information has been laid out on the table at this point. The big moves have been made, at least the moves from other individuals adjacent to the Lysanders. And the information that they had been kind of in the dark on for so many episodes, for weeks, for months, they now know. And now it's really the question of what they, the Lysander children, are going to do. And that's the part that intrigues me as the storyteller the most, because I don't know what the players will want to do. I have, of course, everything laid out, and I just sit here in anticipation waiting for what their next moves will be. And I hope you all do too, audience, as we wait to see what the Lysanders will do, what Dorian, Willow, Silas, and Val will do in the coming nights. But for now, we will be returning in a couple of weeks, as we're going to take a short 2-week break from Ancestral Blood as the players take care of personal life travels and things. But we will be back, and we'll be back with Val on the 24th of May on our same times, the Fridays, not Sunday. So we'll be back Friday, same time, same place here at MagicRPG. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. And we will see you in the next episode. Don't let the beast win. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.